Bad things happen to good people. None of us were ever really born equal. Only one life, there ain't no sequel. Some people live, others stay fearful. This world ain't never been peaceful. You got good, always butting heads against evil. The good try to be fair, but the bad lethal. They gon' fight dirty, every single one deceitful. Stand up, I wanna see your face. Get your chin up like you belong in this place. We gon' train like you've never trained before. You're going up against something that you can't ignore. This ain't a game, this your life that we're playing with. There ain't no reset button or an off switch. You gotta face your fears, you gotta scratch the itch. You gotta break through the walls and get after it. Only time will tell who's gonna make it. I promise you, I'ma be the one who's gonna take it. I fight, I provide, leaving blood on the pavement. If you're up against me, then you better be praying. Cause I'll keep punching till my knuckles start breaking. I'll keep going through the blood that I'm tasting. I won't stop till they all see greatness. The battle for my world just started, I've been waiting. Villains and heroes, only time will tell who will win and who will fail. Villains and heroes, no, there ain't no one else. Pick a side by yourself. I got this, there ain't no going back. Leave it all on the battlefield, push the attack. You can't stop me, I'm obsessive. A lot of people think that I come off aggressive, but I'm just passionate. Why aren't you? Ain't nobody care if you got nothing to lose. You gotta put yourself on the line, make moves. Otherwise you'll be a sheep with the lies watching you. Only time will tell who's gonna make it. I promise you, I'ma be the one who's gonna take it. I fight, I provide, leaving blood on the pavement. If you're up against me, then you better be praying. Cause I'll keep punching till my knuckles start breaking. I'll keep going through the blood that I'm tasting. I won't stop till they all see greatness. The battle for my world just started, I've been waiting. Villains and heroes, only time will tell who will win and who will fail. Villains and heroes, no, there ain't no one else. Pick a side by yourself. Today is the day, don't waste any time. No, it's time to make a change. Up in your mind, rearrange. Start thinking you're the hero, headed out on your way. There's gonna be good times and bad times. That's alright, just stay on the line. Cause in life we all got a different mission, but the good guy always wins, that's a given. If you stay committed, you stay driven, you'll be looking down the barrel of completing your mission. Ignition, light the flame, get the fire and you listen. Take these words deep, cause this is real, ain't no fiction. You don't need drugs, help, any prescription. Just persistence and energy can win any competition. So keep fighting, facing any opposition, and be the hero in the story you yourself have written. Villains and heroes, only time will tell who will win and who will fail. Villains and heroes, no, there ain't no one else. Pick a side by yourself.
Breaking news out of Placer County. 16-year-old Kylie Rodney.
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 Kylie Rodney. Kylie Rodney. Kylie Rodney. Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
What up, Squirrel Squad? Sorry, I had to hurry up and turn my air conditioning on. Can y'all hear me? How's my audio? I keep going back and forth between StreamYard and OBS, and I never know where my audio stays with the OBS. So just give me 1 second. Let me double check my mic settings because I don't want to be blasting your... Oh, y'all can't even barely hear me. Is that a little bit better? I don't want to go too loud because I don't want y'all... Yes, say her name. So, yeah, we are going to go over this. Miss G said yes. Perfect. But first, I'm going to kind of just read the updates to you. I'm going to go through a couple thingies that I think we should be paying attention to. We're going to hop right into Kylie Rodney because I see a lot of people are still saying her name, discussing her, stating their speculation, their theories, and trying to put out what information that they can. And that's great. You know, that's... Keeping her name out there is going to help a lot. Kenny. All right, let me get this fixed. What did I just do? You there, sir? Yeah, you are.
Hello.
Dude, why did my screen share go away? That was weird. How you doing tonight, babe?
I'm not too bad, thank you.
What kind of goodies did you put in my DMs? Is it so that did you give me ideas for your OBS, sir?
I just basically sent you a message asking what you needed.
So I'm glad my screen's just up. You can see just like my background with the bottom bar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I went back to like the $10 version of StreamYard, which this is how you get StreamYard for $10 a month. I'm gonna teach you guys a good deal. Okay, so the $10 package and the $25 package ain't too far off from one another. The only difference is you see the StreamYard logo up in the top corner. I kind of customized it and made it look better than what just having StreamYard up there.
Yeah.
So the first month, like StreamYard, if people pay for it, you can pay for our first $25, and then you can cancel it, and they'll give you an offer for $10 just for that. I prefer OBS, but until I find something that is not Video Ninja, which that's the only thing that you can literally other than me using Discord, and the only way that I could do that is if people want to panel up, they're gonna have to join the public Discord. I don't know which way, but I'm working around that. So
I've been looking at the
pretty much
Video Ninja thing. It looked a bit complicated for me.
Pretty much, I just need ideas of what style of a background you want, or if you just want it plain or gradient or whatever, and then like I can do all the scenes for you, and then let me know if you want any.
I'll just let you choose. Just let you choose.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit. You're just going to let me go all artsy with it. Okay, then.
Yeah. We'll have a Shan special.
All right. That's cool. But yeah, I'll do you things first. Because OBS, it's hard to figure out like all the special scenes that you have to do and all the extra bells and whistles to figure it out. So yeah, I have no problem helping you do just a basic loadout. I'll send it to you, and all you have to do is import it.
Yeah. And
you should be good to go, other than your YouTube just has to be connected through your stream section. And that's about it.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
All I'm going to pretty much do is do an update on the news. For those who stay focused on politics, Nancy Pelosi has announced today that she's going to be running another term again for 2024. I wonder how many times she's going to have a glitch in the matrix. And why do they allow these old people to stay in office? And they're literally like moving corpses in power. It's crazy. Anyway, that's the only thing I want to touch base on that. China is said to be painting their roofs blue en masse. If you don't believe me, you can go research that on your own. That's all for you. I don't know if y'all have stayed up to date with what Elon Musk just did, not turning on Starlink for the Ukraine-Russia thingy, but he stopped a nuclear bad thing, a whole nother Pearl Harbor happening all over again. And I give that man kudos for doing that.
It's getting very scary, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And then in today's Maui news, as of today, that Nani Medeiros, or whatever her name is, she resigned. She was the chief of housing in Lehana. She stepped down. She resigned today. She can't take it no more. It's too much heat on her. That Chester County prisoner that fled was like 8-9 days ago. He's still on a flea. But the prison officer that fucked that shit up after 18 years of being with the county prison there, they resigned as well. So we got a lot of people resigning, which needs to continue to happen. If you can't do your job, you need to step down. Some people in Truckee need to do that. And then the one thing I am going to show on screen, because I know a lot of people like the way that I originally get my information, like on a lot of I can't put out there because it would include doxing people. And I can't do all that in the way that I connect things. You know, like I can't go doxing people's addresses. Saying somebody's name is not doxing them. It's when you add that address onto it that it becomes doxing. And I try not to do that. But I'm going to show a spreadsheet to help Army for Jesus, because I like to collaborate with people, put information out there, hand off information and stuff like that, just to keep information accurate. I don't want to see anybody getting sued. I don't want to do or say anything that's going to cause me to get sued. But I like to dance that fine line. But as far as the Burning Man goes, is this it? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to zoom this in once I present my screen.
There's a Burning Man that we have in Scotland as well every year.
Do you really?
Yeah. It's a festival.
What area is it? The same spot in Scotland every year, like they do the Burning Man here?
Yeah, I think so.
Because every year it's at Black Rock.
I can't think what it is offhand, but I was actually going to go one year because
oh hell yeah!
What they do is like Glastonbury. They they have a break with it. Mm-hmm. So just to basically, because Glastonbury, it's a working farm. So basically they have to sort of let the land sort of go back to grazing for the cows and things. And they have like a year's
Oh, wow.
rest.
Wow.
So basically I was going to go to the Burning Man because Glastonbury wasn't on. I'm sorry if I'm talking funny as well. I've lost a couple more teeth.
It's all good, sir. I can hear you. I can understand you. It's all good.
No,
I'm struggling. I put my third monitor back on my fucking computer, and it's a lot of monitors. It really is, but it helps me keep all my stuff in order and things going smoothly. Can everybody see what's on the screen, or do I need to zoom in one more time? I'm gonna read it to you anyway, so it really does not matter. I didn't want to really put out other than to talk to people about it in chats. I really didn't want, like, I already put my dots together. I already knew he was from Truckee. I'm aware of his family. I'm aware of a lot of things. Okay. So this was released on September 5th, but I didn't find out about it until the 6th. And I just kind of sat on it because I didn't do a live Wednesday, did I? I don't know. I can't remember. These days are just fucking blending. So here is the news update on Leon Reese, which is the gentleman that passed away at Burning Man. Okay, so 70,000 people, and this is why I was making it a point that, like, you got 70,000 people, and yes, people are gonna get fucked up. They're gonna do some dumb shit, might mix a little too much, and every once in a while, like, one person dies at Burning Man. It does happen. But it just so happened that I found it really odd that this motherfucker from Truckee, dude. And now that a newspaper is released, they're like, I'll say it, you know. Drug intoxication is suspected in the death of 32-year-old festival goer at Burning Man, where some 70,000 attendees were trapped in the remote Black Rock Desert in Nevada over the weekend due to heavy rains and thick mud, coroner's office said Tuesday. Leon Reese, 32, of Truckee, California. I do have pictures of him. No, I'm not going to share them. I haven't even put them in Discord. But I want to pay attention to his case, his autopsy. I mean, they're already saying what it is, but I still want to see the autopsy. He passed away Friday after he was found unresponsive on the festival grounds. I saw a video of him unresponsive on the grounds, and I'm glad that they took that off the internet. I'm sure it's still probably floating on X somewhere, though. Okay. While the cause and manner of his death are still pending, drug intoxication is suspected. The Washoe County... I wonder I need to look up who the medical examiner of Washoe County is. I want to find out what all Frickberg does for them. So the MEF office said on a statement on Tuesday. So it's 6:24 p.m. What was this on the Friday? So that'd have been like the Dang, he died on like the 1st or the 2nd. That's crazy. I hope he didn't have to stay there too long, dude. But yeah, that's all I'm going to update on that. I've been looking into some things, paying attention to. It's just odd. It's the same thing with his case as Kylie Rodney. Is like, nobody's really friends with them on social medias. And it's weird to see that their family's not on this one. You know, it's odd to me. It's odd. It's very odd. All right. So let me watch what I'm opening because I might show something that I'm not. Oh, I was looking at Oprah's Maui Foundation because something about that lady just irking me. No, I ain't expecting her to give everybody their money in Maui, but y'all. Like, the name of her foundation, and like I said, I'm just going through everything. Like, go look up the People's Fund of Maui. It's a fund of the Entertainment Industry Foundation. I just can't get that out of my head. And right here, I'll zoom in if you guys want to search the EIN because it is all public record. The EIN is right there on the screen, 95-1644609. Go check that shit out. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, this is the prison officer. I read all this. I ain't gonna read it to all y'all. I'm just giving you an update on the news that's going on. This is some crazy shit. I don't know how this little midget of a man. I mean, it's because he's small. He can hide well. He's from Brazil. You know what I mean? He knows how to work them thickets and stay near that water and camp out. Like, how this motherfucker had a pants and a shirt on, or pants and shorts on. Now he's shirtless. He somehow managed to get a backpack, a cell phone, and knives. Like, he's ready to go. I don't think he wants to go back to prison. I think it's going to result in a death. I don't know why they didn't shoot him today. Has anybody been staying updated on that? Crazy ass shit, dude. He crab crawled out of that prison. And he's Brazilian. He ain't fucking around. You Brazilians are spicy, Miss G.
Is this the guy that's on the run?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got one in
Danilo Cavalcante or whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we've got a jailed terrorist on the run as well.
Tiny as hell, dude. Like, I'm bigger than he is, and I thought I was small. I'm only 5'2". When I heard he was 5 foot tall, I said, good luck. You know what I mean?
Stand him in the garden with the rest of the dwarves.
Dude, all he has to do is curl on a ball. He's going to look like a tiny little bush. He's going to look like a rock. He tiny. But he told everybody he ain't going back to prison. Yep, here's the Maui chief. Okay, I'm updated on that. All right, I'm about to shook y'all. For all my people on the East Coast, please pay attention to this storm. That is, I told y'all, I do all kinds of shit. This is what I do. When I sit down on my computer to look at all different things, I focus on Kylie Rodney stuff and then all the world stuff that's important to me. And I bring it to y'all. This, if you go to windy.com, they do their own projection maps. I pay attention to mass regurgitated mainstream media news, but I like to follow when it comes to certain things like flight radars and stuff like that. I prefer to stay away from like really super government ran websites, you know, where they're funded by corporations that got corrupt people in them. This here, look, y'all better hold down the forts on the East Coast. I'm really thankful that this hurricane that's building right now is not going to be going any fucking where near Florida. I mean, Florida is going to get some winds. But what's going to happen here? Because this is when the warning's issued. Y'all, we about to get rocked. Let me see if I can zoom this in for y'all. So y'all can understand what the hell is about to go on in this East Coast. Let me see if it'll let me move. Okay. Yeah, this hurricane that they're telling you right now, because you're looking, this is the 13th. It's starting to get closer to inland. We're gonna skip to here. Look, I'm gonna get these winds, and so I'm gonna get it.
Good time to buy a kite, Sean.
I'm just gonna hide in these woods in my little fucking. I ain't going to fly a kite in that shit. I'll take pictures of it, though, because that's going to be one beautiful ass storm. You know what I mean? I'll be out in my car. I'll hang out my fucking moon roof. I'll take some pictures off my porch, you know? The bitch would suck you the fuck away. I gotta look to see what. I mean, Nova Scotia is gonna get fucking blasted again.
That
Them
looks
motherfuckers
really-
act like nothing ever happens to them.
That looks.
Yeah, dude. Up in the Maine, I feel bad for these people. The Cape, y'all better watch out because this storm is coming through. But the scary part about it is, it's got this storm that's right behind it. And the high and the low pressure are spinning it back around and sucking it back up in by the time it hits Nova Scotia, which I don't want to show you guys the other thing it has because that one's kind of alarming. I saw a TikTok and I said, bullshit. If y'all ain't ever seen the movie Perfect Storm, that's the scary, like that's the hyped up version of the storm. And I said it to one person today and I was like, what you think about this? Because look, if y'all ever seen a movie, The Perfect Storm, you know what I'm talking about. Conspiracy theorists out there talking about the book of Revelations 8:8. What is it? Tsunami's supposed to come. I don't know. That's the 23rd. I guess we'll find out. If we're here to 24th, awesome as fuck. I think I went through everything. Bye. Yes, we did. I don't even know where to start with Kylie.
Have you seen the, I think it's Tenerife. There's a part of Tenerife, one of the islands, which is unstable. And they reckon
a piece of it's going to, on that fault line, it's supposed to break and shift. Yeah, that's supposed to happen on 9/23. It's supposed to happen in the night of the 22nd into the 23rd. Yeah, and they claim that it's going to make us a tidal. Look, the side of the Appalachians that I'm on, I'm going to get wet, but I ain't going to flood out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, if it's true, anybody inland...
East Coast, I think they said.
Yeah, I'm going to watch that bitch real close because if I see those two storms getting closer together to where it's forming like a Cat 5-6, I'm going to tell all my friends that are on the East Coast to get the fuck away. If you want to come on this side of the mountains, you're welcome to come up here.
God, I live
you're on down.
Really, really lucky. You know,
I'm going to stock up on my water. I already have dried foods. I have everything that I need. So, I mean, I know what it's like to you know what I mean, to survive, so I ain't too worried about it. Now, I don't know if I want to jump right into this autopsy because there's just things she says in this autopsy report. I feel like we need to revisit it so that them ones in the back can listen to this because I don't understand how more medical examiners, medical doctors, nurses have not looked at Kylie Rodney's autopsy and made a video what they think about it, you know? This woman right here, God bless this woman right here. Draw Latina. Absolutely. So much respect for this woman. There's the link to this video. I don't know why it keeps doing this to all these videos.
There's lots of videos being taken off, you know?
I'll go back through and re-like them. I don't care. I have a playlist of like 600 videos that I go back through and I go through a whole bunch of different information because like an old piece sticks to the new piece and you can start connecting dots. You know what I mean?
Did you find the video with Tyler Feller and I think it was Zav Girl on it? You know, when they were talking about this Logan guy with his with the repairs done to his pickup.
Yeah.
You've got that.
Look, there is a. Did you know that there's a Tacoma forum on there?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah, there's a Tacoma forum, and there's one dude like the parts he's selling is questionable, but I'm pretty sure that he's the one that sold him that vehicle some years back.
Well, I've sent you a side by side picture.
Dude, is that what you sent it to me? I might have to look at it. I might have to look at it. I might have to.
It's quite alarming when you look at it.
And I tell you what, the more that you're like, look at this and look at this, like I can't deny it, sir. I really can't.
It's a perfect match, Sean. That car that pickup that he was driving has definitely hit the front of a car.
Are you sure that it's not his other? Yeah, because that lower bar. I mean, that's yep.
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah.
Oh, you did it side by side. All right, sir. I'm gonna pull this open right here on the. Good work.
And
Actually, I'm gonna save
the
that.
size of that truck is just
I'll
unbelievable.
put that in my sus folder.
I've done a couple of more pics. I'm trying to sort of get them really sharp. But
That was his last
bugging me.
name. What's his first name? I always forget his first name.
Is it Logan?
He's just
Ryan Logan.
Ryan
or
Logan. Yep, that's him. Yep,
Yeah.
that's him.
And he's
That's
the guy
him.
that was spinning his wheels,
Ryan
isn't he?
Logan. Yep, that's him.
No, it
Yeah,
just seems it
that's
seems
the one
weird.
that Sammy's in videos with him.
Yeah, Sammy,
Mhm.
and also Daisy is commenting on. She's a friend with him, and it's just too much of a coincidence.
All right, let me save this as side by side. I'm gonna save this in 2 folders.
And there's also that damage prior to the 6th. There was no damage. His number plate was still there.
I know. I remember they were saying looking for bumpers and blah 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 blah. I want to look at one more thing because I just feel like there's something. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm still saving this.
It's just too much of a match for me. It's
Yep. I want to
and
look at it real close.
the height as well, because there's a picture where
Yeah, you dropped the side view of it too, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's a picture
All right,
there.
I'm gonna open this real quick.
I've took I've made a good video with it as well. So I'll forward
Did you really?
that as well. Yeah.
No, upload that shit. What are you talking about?
Oh, I don't mean like a full video. What I've done is I've sort of composed a video of that truck, and sort of zoomed in on it and done close-ups on it. And also Evan Fight.
Well, if you send that to me, I'll compose. We'll do a collaboration. I'll add some shit to it. I'll send it back to you. You upload it to your channel, and I will play it live on my shit. How about that? How about that?
Yeah. Excellent.
Brilliant. All right. All right, let me get out of here. I'm sorry. I have so many folders, but I don't even care anymore. I'm okay with all this information I have. We're going to look at something that CNY put out today as well.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's pretty disturbing,
it's just,
isn't it?
It's disturbing. One, because definitely Kylie didn't write that. We'll get to it. All right, let's look at this. Let's I Spy for a minute. Let's do it. All right. I want this full screen. I don't care. Look, and his license plate bothers me too. Yeah, it's just weird how it's 8 yup, like 8 your. You know how easy it would be to change a license plate out and make that an R and some numbers. Just saying.
There's also another picture of his truck.
Yeah, this bar right here definitely sticks out, and that would be the impact on the front of the car right here.
Yeah, and you see the little, like, sort of the oval shape.
This thingy right here, fucked up right here. Yep.
That's where it used to have his LED light bar.
Yep.
And that's what's made the rip.
And we have a side view. Well, I know I do. I have videos of this bitch. I should look at a video.
It's a perfect indent of it,
This right here.
Yep.
Right here. The shape of it. And then you got this damage right here, which this would do it. And you know what? Probably.
And you see to the right, like onto the lower right, where Kylie lost the.
How far in on this hood would you say that is? Because that's probably like 28 inches. So that's probably 6 inches. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yup. Oh boy. Oh boy.
And the height is spot on.
Yeah, because if something, this is just mine and Kenny's theory. This is one of many of things that we've just bounced off of each other. But if per se that somebody pushed her car backwards, that buckle on the hood would explain a bumper like that, a bar. Mm-hmm. And then there are ripped off fog light.
Yeah, the ripped off fog light would have been caused by the suspension part or the tire.
Not even that. If it's being, if you also think about it, if you're pushing something backwards into a steep slope, and then it like straightens out, like it bumps up again, like the elevation comes back up on that slope.
Yeah,
it would cause that that front to have some type of
Especially with those tires.
underskirting damage, and that's one of my many theories. You know what I mean? I can't say many anymore. I have three theories, and none of them are accident. Not one.
Exactly.
Not one. No one. I don't buy that accident theory. You got a lot of paperwork to show me for me to believe that an accident. Okay.
Evan Fight he put for sale on a truckie selling site on Facebook, and he put on another bull bar. So I'll send you the pictures of them.
Okay, sir. Drop them in Discord if you want. Do whatever.
They even allowed me to join this. I joined the truckie selling page.
Matter of fact, I just want to find a video real quick. I gotta think where I put it. It might just be in vids. I don't know.
Is this a video of the
truck in motion? Yep.
Yep.
Some I know I have it. Just gotta think where I saved it at because I have many videos. Okay, there's the.
I mean, I'm not.
It's either here or in Sammy's folder.
That
because she's in it.
Maybe sort of caused it to die, but he's definitely made contact with her vehicle, without a doubt.
Something happened.
Yeah.
And it's just his license plate and how close it is to hers just fucks me up too. I'm trying to think of where the hell I put it.
You know, and the dates, this pictures, the stills from the video it was taken was on the 15th of August.
Oh.
And before that, there was no damage to the front of his vehicle.
Yeah, because didn't it have like a smaller bumper and something else, like some other rig on the front of it?
Yeah, he said he painted it. And I've been trying to look for this video for Tyler Feller.
I am looking.
He's got. I think the text messages what he was swapping backwards and forwards with him.
Texts are trackable. I'm just looking for something. Sorry, y'all. It's taking me.
Hey, Uncle Will.
Uncle
Will's in chat.
What up?
Long time no see.
How you doing, Uncle Will? Yeah, dude, she needs to take another lie detector test and be re-questioned. Absolutely. Without a doubt. I'm sorry, I'm struggling to find a folder that I know I have. I have so many folders.
I'm just so glad you've got them all because, I lost quite a lot.
I have to keep getting hard drives. So a lot of it I have on flash drives. I can't find this damn folder. It's pissing me off. Why can't I find it? Dude, it should be right here. Hold on. Is it in here? No. Dude, I'm confused as hell right now. I know it's not in here. That's a big ass folder. Which I have a lot of videos at this point. I have a lot of videos people have been deleting and stuff like that. And I just feel like I'm going to start watching those again too. Because it's crazy that the only one that I do not have is the one video of 10 to Life, her interview with Jared, which, by the way, Jared saw a court hearing today.
Oh, did he?
What
do you know?
I mean, he's that court hearing coming in December, though.
It all
I don't think he's gonna fight it. I don't think he's gonna win it. Ooh, is it in here? Maybe. Hold on. Is it a TikTok? Well, let me see. This is it. This is one of them. Yep. Oh, I'm gonna have to mute it because this fucking audio is gonna. It's not the front, but it's definitely the side, and it shows you how it climbs. And look who's standing right there. Right there. I know I have two different angles of this vehicle.
Yeah, that's the one.
Why is it not playing? Oh, there it goes. Yeah. Look at the front. Ah! I know I have a video of it with the purple lights and everything. Damn it. Can't see the front of it from there. Hold on. Let me find one more.
You can sort of envisage the front of it going under that vehicle, can you? Because it's the
So high.
perfect height.
That's lifted.
Yeah.
I might have. It might just be a picture of it, but that's all I really need to.
I mean, the pictures what I downloaded today, you can actually, there's one of them where he's actually driving up on the tracks of a JCB on it.
Man, I never realized. Say that again. I'm sorry.
There's a photograph of where he's in this vehicle, and he's actually driving up the tracks of a JCB. It's mental, you know. The actual side of it is bigger than the wheel.
One more folder. Let me look in, because I know I just made. I don't. No, it wouldn't be in there. Hold on. Let me look in here. Could have sworn I put all my videos in one folder. That's not it. I know I have another angle or two of that damn. I'm gonna look through here one more time. You can keep talking, Kenny. Oh. Hold on, let me pause it because I don't want to hear it.
That is huge.
Yeah. Sure is. Wish I could zoom in on it. I might have to make a video of just the front end zoomed in on that.
I've got one, John. I'll send you it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm down for
I've done it on.
It's this video.
I think it's linked to this video. It looks very similar.
Because yeah, the video we just saw is the video of all the people that are around this vehicle shooting it. Because here's Sammy in the back.
Yeah.
Which means the chick that's over here recording it from the other angle is recording Sammy, and it's the same. It's the same thing. It's the same rock and shit he's going up.
Yeah, I think Daisy's there as well.
But yeah, that bumper, right there. Think of the shape on that hood.
It's exact.
I don't know, man. The kid's got some splaining to do. I don't understand how the FBI isn't like, you know what? That's really. Let me ask them some questions. You know.
Well, the thing is, it's going to be interesting, isn't it, if the CHP report doesn't mention anything about damage, because they're going to have to. The damage to Kylie's car has not been caused by it going into the lake with the shape of that dent. It's exactly the same shape as and sort of dimensions as that bar on the front of his pickup.
I can't prove yet who did it, but there's one of two options of what happened to Kylie at this point. And one, it was either she was unalived and it was covered up, or she's trafficked and it's covered up.
Yeah.
Either which way, like, I don't understand how, in order for maybe that's why the FBI ain't saying shit about shit, you know?
Well,
I don't really know.
Sort of
I hope they're doing their job
and give no explanation about it. It's ridiculous.
You know, I don't believe this poor child died of natural causes.
No.
At her own doing. So I just can't. I don't know how anybody looks at the story and looks at that autopsy and looks at the last known photo of a screen of a surveillance, and then looks at all the information that's just there that we all keep talking about, you know? Yeah, some of it's inaccurate, and I try to correct what I, you know. It's just something about this message, and y'all can go watch CNY's video. She talks about it. She does her own shit. The only thing I'm looking at is the text that's right here. Because as soon as I saw this, my eyes just tripped out on the first word, felling instead of filling. Okay, I don't think Kylie wrote this. But the problem that I'm having with this message is this spacing. I'm going to take my mouse and put it right here, because if I hover over it, the arrow covers it. But right here in the spacing between the "you can send me" and "let's have fun," look at the spacing between these words. Something's not right here. My only question is, Where did the source of this come from? Like, I'd like to know if CNY directly took this photograph herself from Kylie's looking like Facebook, honestly. Or where the source of this photograph, because I have a problem with the space right here between this you and let's. Like, the spacing in this sentence should not be taking place right here.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. It's almost photoshopped, and I hate to say it. I don't understand why the spacing is like this. And it's not because of the emojis. Because the spacing between these words, and these are all the same, and the emojis are used in every line. The down arrow doesn't go too far below the lettering, not like the prayer hands. See what I'm saying? Like, the space in here is odd.
Yeah.
That's what sticks out to me. But yeah, CMY does a really good video on this. Y'all should go check it out. I just don't have a link to it, so I can't help you there.
Yeah, I watched it earlier. It was quick but good.
Yep, right to the point. I will save that for if Army for Jesus comes in. Hold on, I'm trying to find this. All right, and then yeah, I want to listen to the autopsy, and then there is a video. It's the very first person that ever did a video on Kylie Rodney missing that I know of to date. I don't know if it's still on YouTube. I know that I make sure, and Ninja has, many people have, make sure that sources are downloaded, that they're kept for safe keeping, just so that if we need that little piece of evidence or information or research, that we have it, you know?
Yeah. But
this autopsy by Draw Latina, Dr. Salerno, absolutely want to go over this again.
This is Dr. Amy Salerno.
She's so soft-spoken. That's definitely going to have to get turned up. I want to make sure I hear her loud and clear. Miss G, you want to hop up here? You're more than welcome to. I have not been able to pay attention to chat. I'm going to check it out. Yes, she's a lovely lady. Absolutely. I'm going to drop the Shriviana link.
Sorry if I'm a bit quiet, John. I'm just trying to see if I can
No,
send you
you're good, sir. I'm just reading chat right now. I'm sorry. Do you see it too, Kiki Ray? Like, the gap in the lettering is just something ain't right there. That's what I'm feeling, Miss G. I just, look, for whatever reason, I think they're trying to drive us to the narrative that because Reno and that area has a trafficking problem, that for why did they, like, they've been trying to push this abducted, kidnapped, trafficked stuff out there. Like, and I won't write it off for the simple fact that there is no DNA proof that was Kylie Rodney's remains in the back of the car. Like, how there's not, I mean, unless there is a pending FBI investigation on, I don't understand why this information is not available to the public, you know?
It's been done.
And I'm just going to keep talking about it, and I'm going to keep talking about it, and I'm going to keep talking about it, and I'm going to keep sending the letters that I have to and the FOIA requests that I have to, and getting more communication with more people, and eventually there's going to be somebody that's interested in making sure that, you know, it is being properly investigated, even if it has to come in a form of an audit. If you are an auditor in California State, please get a hold of me. I got some information for you. Lots of it. I'll give you flash drive. Hit me up. All right, let's check out this autopsy.
Hi, this is Dr.
She's still
Amy
really low.
Salerno, also known as Doctora Latina.
I love her accent.
Latina.
Yes.
I'm going to briefly speak to you all today with some commentary and reflection regarding the Kylie Rodney autopsy/coroner medical investigation publication that came out 2 days ago. Prior to making
Everybody out there, listen to this professional. And she speaks clearly. Understandably. Yes.
Any brief commentary on that. I did want to mention that I am a board-certified family practitioner, which means that I delivered thousands of babies.
Uncle, well, the only information that I know is that the FBI agents within probably the San Francisco department tell people, like, if you try to contact the agency, they'll tell you to ask Nevada County. However, Nevada County says they've wrapped their shit up other than the CHP report, so I don't know what's the holdup, but I'm waiting for the CHP report. Oh, wait, what's Carrie saying? Right, let's go.
Over the 30 years that I've been in practice,
Can you hear it now?
also taking care of newborns, pediatrics, adolescents, young adults, and geriatrics.
Oh, her puppy starts barking. It's cute as hell.
Yeah, that's mine.
Oh, is it? Her barks in here in this too, I think.
Yeah, that's Molly.
Can't wait till mine starts barking. Yeah, I love him. I love her so much.
I've just sent you those pictures in Discord, Sean, and the video.
All right, babe. Okay.
Training. I have sadly dealt with victims of domestic violence, children in SA situations, over the many years that I have been in practice. Seen some of my patients suicide from overdoses of unintentional overdoses, intentional overdoses, etc. So I'm quite seasoned in.
Are you good, y'all?
The,
Still too low?
examination of deceased individuals.
Sounds low still.
Also in being present at crime scenes, fatal car accidents, emergency room traumas, trauma surgery.
Is that okay?
To assist trauma surgeons.
It's the best I got.
And sadly, dozens of families I've unfortunately had to sit with and notify.
You can't hear the audio at all? Don't talk, Shannon Kenny. You're too loud. Oh, okay. Well, what I'll do is I'll turn my mic down, and I will turn Kenny's audio down. All right, I got us both turned down to 40, and we got Draw Latina cranked up to 550%. I can't do you any better than that. I'm sorry. Let me start it over, at least at like the 2-minute mark, so you can understand her background. That's the best I got.
Examination.
If I crank it too loud,
of deceased individuals.
Maxed out. It's the best I got.
Also in being present at crime scenes, fatal car accidents, emergency room traumas, trauma surgery, in helping to assist trauma surgeons, and sadly, dozens of families I've unfortunately had to sit with and notify them of the death of a loved one. And we always do this in person. We always sit down, look at the patient's family, and we tell them the news. It's never done by telephone. The true crime YouTube community has been rife with struggle and
Y'all are saying there's no sound? All right, let me stop screen. Can you hear it, Kenny?
Yeah, I can hear it, yeah.
See, that's weird. Y'all need to fix something on your end, because I can hear it. He can hear it. I love y'all so much, but I hope you can hear it now. It's cranked to 600. This is maxed out here. I have an extra volume control here. It's cranked out to 600. I can't. There's nothing else I could do. Let me see if I can adjust the volume here. No, I can't. Okay, it sounds good to some people. You might need headphones if you can't hear it, because I promise you, it's cranked the fuck out. All right, I'm rewinding it, and that's the last time.
Fatal car accidents, emergency room traumas, trauma surgery, in helping to assist trauma surgeons, and sadly, dozens of families I've unfortunately had to sit with and notify them of the death of a loved one. And we always do it in person. We always sit down, look at the patient's family, and we tell them the news. It's never done by telephone. The true crime YouTube community has been rife with struggle and inter-channel conflict over the past couple of months, and that gives me pause, and it makes me sad.
Yep, I
Because
ain't even
I love
interacting
every
with it no more.
content creator, whether they are sleuthing or they're a retired medical examiner, retired police officer, murder investigator. It doesn't really matter. We all have the right to agency.
Yeah. Yes. Ooh, I
Agency
love her so
being our
much.
voice. We all have
This
the
is-
right to share our.
She reminds me every time I listen to this, which I listen to this like once a week. I know Miss G listens to this shit a lot. But I tell you what, like when it comes across that part right there, like, yeah, she makes me realize I just stay focused on what I'm doing with my channel and the people that I'm interacting with and keep the experience as positive as possible because we're already dealing with some of the most fucking terrible information in the news and stuff to begin with.
I agree.
But this is important. This is super important. I want to go over her autopsy. I think I might just do a live tomorrow. I want to go over her autopsy about Trinity Backus because I want people to pay attention. I would like to ask her if she'll check out some other autopsies if I could get my hands on them.
There's another
Opinions.
Say what?
young lad. There's another young boy gone missing.
You're breaking up,
as well.
honey.
Oh, sorry. 2 seconds.
You got like a crackle in your mic.
Is that better?
Does anybody else hear him the same way? It's like crackly weird.
How is that?
I mean, I can understand you through it, but yeah, you got like this. It's like a static or something. It's okay. It'll be all right.
Since the dog barked. I forgot what I was going to say now.
Yeah, it's a little crackly. Huh. Oh, what is from? That's what I thought it was. I didn't think it was just me. Yeah. Do you want to drop down on hop back up? See if that'll fix it.
Yeah.
Or here, I could just do this. I can re-add you. Hold on. All right, let's try it that way.
But it should be done in a truthful, kind, and authentic way. It has been said that very few, if any, followers, subscribers, members on the YouTube or in the YouTube true crime community.
I don't consider myself true crime.
Criminal crime scenes, and that simply just is not true.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
I really would like crime scenes, and that simply just is not true. Investigation or presence at criminal crime scenes, and that simply just is not true. And I really would like to disabuse our community of that that concept. Many of us have experience, but we all, whether or not we have experience, deserve agency.
Yep. Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
How is that? Is that
Kylie Rodney's Autopsy.
It's just, in my opinion, I don't like to talk about things that don't have some type of receipt to look at or understand or piece together or whatever. You know what I mean? But I question everything because you just can't trust shit that's presented to you in this day and age of computers and technology. Like, you really got to look at everything. Everything. Yes, she does, Katie Bug. Absolutely.
Is not, in what I've read, the close to 20 pages of information that was published.
It's missing a lot of pages.
Is not consistent with an accidental drowning.
Let me play that again.
I will not go into the specifics right now.
That's okay. We just go rewind it.
Read the close to 20 pages of information that was published. Is not consistent with an accidental drowning. I will not go into the specifics right now.
Oh, we're gonna tonight, though, I think.
Certainly do that sometime later this week.
Sweet.
So that you all can understand the specific criteria that we look for in a drowning at autopsy to make an argument towards that diagnosis or cause of death, which, as I have said on another channel recently, drowning is often at autopsy a diagnosis of exclusion when we can't find something that would point towards a different cause of death. In Kylie Rodney's case, we really can't make that.
No, because when you look at Dr. Reber's work, and the more autopsies you look done by Dr. Reber, I don't know if his eyes are broken, if his hands are crippled, if he just can't see no more, or he just don't give a fuck. But yes, none of his autopsies that I could see does he do, like with drowning victims in certain cases, he doesn't do the whole exclusion. There's no exclusions. Oh, that's the reason why it has to be. And then on top of it, there's no water in the lungs. Like, I don't know what he's doing over there, but how he hasn't been audited and examined as a medical examiner, I really don't know.
The guy even got the wrong body on autopsy, didn't he?
I can't hear you, honey. You're crackly as hell. I'm sad about it.
Tell you what, Sean, I'll jump down and I'll come back in and
Okay. All right, honey. I'll drop the link again just in case.
Okay.
Yeah, if anybody wants to hop up here and talk about this, because I'm going to go through her autopsy video. Like, I want people to understand where she comes from, her type of background history, that she's done her due diligence. She's earned her doctorate. She can say that she is a doctor and that she can examine things. She's pronounced people dead and looked at many autopsies. She knows her shit. I trust her work. It matches everything that I've looked up as far as medical information. Same with Miss G. That's why Miss G be screaming her from the rooftops, you know? I don't know how people are not taking this more seriously. I don't know how Daniel, Rodney, and Pap, or people that claim to care about Kylie, have not taken this woman and said, can you present this to somebody in the state of California, like a judge or a lawyer, and make it be investigated, make the CHP report make sense, make the last known photograph make some sense, make it make some sense. All right, I'm going to hit play on this.
Determination, the drowning determination, for many reasons.
Mm-hmm. Let's rewind it.
Towards a different cause of death.
Mm-hmm.
In Kylie Rodney's case, we really can't make that determination, the drowning determination, for many reasons. For now, I'll just point you to the toxicology screen, which was incomplete. As we say in medical school, as we learned in the first year, second year, third year, all the way up through my fellowship and on.
No, Uncle Will, it's almost like it was planned perfectly to be at night, that the movements were what they were. Like, it's like everything in this case is like accidentally on purpose. If it ain't that, it's got some type of word salad, fucking trucking ass shit to it. Like, it was purposely, like, they purposely made sure that the way that they did things, that there's whiteout on the autopsy, that it would make it harder to appear in court, to be fought, to be explained as not an accident. But now you have all this information in front of you that points to a fucking cover-up. And I'm sorry, at this point, the people that put their effort into helping it cover up and go away should be held accountable. And if they want a plea deal, then they need to figure out who took the life or snatched Kylie Rodney. Because it was no accident. Show me the proof. Show me it. And I will shut the fuck up. And then I'll move on to Trinity Bacchus. But you guys can't and don't. That's why there's no extra press conferences that we were promised. That's why there's no real nothing. I don't think this poor little girl took her own life. I don't think she drove herself into that water that night. I just prove it. Show me. Where's your homework? Where's all the work? Where's all the 19,000 man hours? Where's all that? You got paid $3.5 million on this little baby girl. Okay? Show me all the work. Where my tax paying dollars went towards. Show me it.
Medical legally. If a document,
Medical legally.
medical document,
Mhm.
does not contain
Mhm.
information, it wasn't done.
Ha.
So, since there are many pieces of information from the physical,
Not yet.
macroscopic, and microscopic,
As far as I know, Jaren, and I know, I don't think it's. Hi, Miss G. How you doing, baby?
Good.
Many love and many blessings.
Good to be here. Same to you, darling.
How you doing this beautiful Friday night?
Not too bad at all.
How's your mouth feeling?
It's the same, but I'm okay.
Oh, honey, I feel
Yeah,
for
I'm
you.
fine. Better.
Mouth pain is the worst because you could feel it in your brain and it just constant. I feel you, honey.
That's supposed to be the most sensitive part of your body, so it's pretty painful, but I can get through it.
I've had a lot of tooth problems since the age of 4. Have pyorrhea. Have fucked up teeth. Have like by the time I was 18, I had $68,000 put in my mouth to save my teeth. I feel you, honey. I've had triple abscesses. I couldn't imagine a piece of metal sticking up out of my fucking gums and pushing on my lip and my other gum. Oh, I feel you, honey. That's gotta be raw.
But yeah, let's not talk about me. That'll be a long story.
I listen to your story though. I'll listen to you, girl. I know what mouth pain feels like. I feel you.
Thank you. Did you see that I put in chat the medical examiner's name?
Reber.
No, for Washoe County.
Oh, Washoe County. Who is it? I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna look into it.
Oh shoot. Oh
girl.
Crap. Now I can't look it up. But something night. Something D night. Something D night.
Something. Oh.
I think it was
Okay.
Kathy D Knight, I believe.
Oh,
Kathy.
Okay. Why does that name sound familiar? I'm gonna look into it. Thank you, babe. Thank you.
Yeah, just put in Washoe County Medical Examiner. It'll pop right up.
All right, babe. Thank you. Yeah, because I got more rabbit holes I want to go down tonight, but not on a live. I want to look things up to see what can be released and do it legally. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We could in the background of things, but yeah, I ain't trying to put certain documents, certain information. Will not put on a YouTube because that's how they get you.
My main objective to coming on panel tonight right now is because we're reviewing Dr. Dralatina.
Yes, we're going to do the whole autopsy. Yes,
and
absolutely.
So I'll just try to help in where I can to explain things a little bit better, maybe.
I appreciate you being here, honey.
I mean, if needed, if not, I just will be staying quiet though. But
the reason why I played this intro is because I want people to understand her background. But this lady ain't no bullshit.
Oh no,
this lady is no bullshit.
She's very professional.
No bullshit.
She has a lot of wisdom.
Yeah. She sure the hell does. And she has all of her notes written up medically that if it had to be on a legal level, I'm sure that would hold in court. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Without a doubt. She could be an expert witness.
Could you imagine her and Barbara Butcher? Bro.
Yeah.
You know? A powerhouse right there.
But for those types of expert witnesses, they cost like 10 to 15 grand each court appearance.
I don't know how Sammy Smith, Nick Javini or Gavini, whatever the fuck his name is, Doug Bishop, Nick Wren. You know what I mean? Those type of people are the ones that need to be questioned by the FBI. Look, I'm here for Kylie Rodney. That's who I'm here for, right?
That's it.
We got to focus on the facts. Focus on what brings truth and justice to Kylie, and those are the facts.
Well, what would bring justice and truth?
Laura Knight. Thank you, Sandra. Laura Knight.
What would make that happen would be if the medical examiner would have elaborated. Okay, I understand.
It's too late.
Well, I understand they might have not known exactly what happened to Kylie's lungs, but it was their jobs to investigate and give an explanation.
Yeah, but there's still no reason why he cannot be in some ways interrogated on the way that he did the autopsy. And I mean, I'm sorry, but they definitely have some type of little, them little drawings where they put markings at, or take
Right.
pictures. They have all that
the
documentation.
diagram of the human
And
body.
if they don't, dude, if they don't have pictures of an autopsy, they got some explaining to do.
It's incomplete.
And then on top of it, you have no DNA match of any kind, which is very concerning. I don't know why this hasn't been reinvestigated.
Right. Well, because no professional wants to go up against another professional generally.
No, and I get it.
But then, in my opinion, they're just betraying the badge and their oath, Yeah.
And then that's why I love and I respect people that, despite all the threats that were being thrown out there, like the stuff that she, had to deal with, and I understand why she quietly chills out in chats, and I see her in chats from time to time, and it's good to see her.
Right.
I'm glad she's okay. She's doing well. She's focusing on her. I'm thankful for what she did for Kylie's case. Absolutely. 100%. Same with Trinity. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to go to her channel since we got introduction to her and why she thinks,
She's got her credentials, that's for sure.
She sure the fuck does. Okay, so here is... See, this was when I was on panel with her with about Trinity back. Fuck yeah, dude. We'll do that tomorrow. Okay, Kylie Rodney. Why?
I'm muting because I hear better through the TV.
Okay, babe. Was it a live she did? No, it was definitely just a video. All right. Trinity Bacchus. So because part 1 is her intro.
You might find an easier way to find it if you go. Hold on. If you go to your own channel, Shan, you might find it easier. The Trinity video.
Isn't it the part 2 though? Because the part 1 was her introduction of herself, right?
Oh, we're doing Trinity tomorrow. You're saying you're still.
Yeah, I'm doing Trinity tomorrow, and we're going to do Kylie tonight. Yeah, I'm
right.
Gonna do
I got you. Okay,
yes,
then never mind.
Yes.
Hi, it's Dr. Amy Salerno, also known as Doctora Latina or Draw Latina.
Sorry, that music's really loud. Let me skip past that. Sorry about that, y'all. Blew your eardrums out. She's very soft-spoken, but she's professional, and I love her. How you doing, Sue?
I think maybe first I'll address the fentanyl issue. And that is as follows.
Bro, she just jumps right fucking into it. Damn, she does. Let me make sure we don't miss anything in this beginning part.
Of probably 3, maybe even 4 parts of review of the Kylie Rodney autopsy, as well as some of the pre-autopsy documents that were published. I realized that in trying to sort of distill down what it is that I want to share with you all, it is going to take a little bit more time. And as my mother always says, no souls are saved after 15 minutes. And so I really want to keep my videos down below the 15-minute mark. So let's try to get through part 2 tonight. I'm going to address some of the questions that people asked in the comment section and clarify a little bit about the fentanyl testing that may have been done, although not well documented on the
chain of command is non-existent.
So what, baby? What do you mean there's no chain of command? I mean, in this case, yeah, there's absolutely no chain of command.
Saying,
there's no chain of command.
Well,
I mean, in this case.
Yes, in this case.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. It lacks chain of command. It lacks evidence. It lacks an investigation. Like, it's lacking. It's lacking, all right.
Well, the sheriff's department weren't even there. AWP had to call them to get there. The sheriff's department weren't even there.
And the craziest part about this is, if you look at, and I know you have problems with AWP, and I respect your issues with them. I understand completely. If you look at their hot air balloon, and you know the car because you just did a little short on it, and then you dropped it this morning.
Yes.
That's when I caught it. It was super early this morning. I was like, that's what's up. Get it, Miss G. And I watched it after Fee got on the bus. Yep. But it's just, all right. Let's let her get her shit.
Let's do it.
Papers that we were able to receive through FOIA. I think maybe first I'll address the fentanyl issue.
Yep.
And that is as follows. Yes, an expanded toxicology tissue toxicology was ordered by the medical examiner and sent to the lab. While expanded included testing for fentanyl, there was really no statement made precisely by the medical examiner regarding the fentanyl issue. You can make a presumption by calling the lab. Of course, through HIPAA, they would never reveal any specifics of Kylie's or any other patient's findings. However, because communication is so very paramount in medicine as well as medical legal procedures, having to sort of two-step, extrapolate back, call a lab, that is not streamlined, it's clunky, and it really should not have to be done as part of understanding a toxicology report, especially in light of the fact that this was or is still a criminal investigation. The Truckee, Placer County, Nevada County areas really are almost epicenters in the national epidemic of fentanyl overdosing and the unfortunate lacing of fentanyl and the inadvertent overdosing. So we know that that is an important aspect, especially in this case. Also, folks may or may not be aware of the fact that a young man, approximately 20 years old, was arrested within a week or so of Kylie's having gone missing and charged with murder because he had supplied a fentanyl to a 15-year-old young lady, and she died. So this investigation has many layers, and that is why it is incumbent upon the agencies involved to keep communication open amongst themselves and also to the public, because where there's not good communication or sloppiness in documentation, it only serves to fuel, unfortunately, to fuel conspiracy theories or to promote the sense of lack of confidence by the public vis-a-vis law enforcement authorities, including the coroner and medical examiner. So prior to diving into the specifics of why I do not think that drowning necessary.
Oh, you little jazzy little shit. What you doing, girl? How's your night going?
Hey, people.
How you doing, babe?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Good.
I have no complaints other than my feet hurt like a mofo. That's about it.
Sorry about that. Is that better?
What was wrong?
Oh, there was the feedback loop.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
You sound fine.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad.
I'll hear it. Good thing, right?
So this is a perfect opportunity, I think, for me to cut in. What Dr. Jalatina is saying right here is the importance of communication in between the law enforcement and the medical examiners and everybody that was involved to come to a concise and precise determination of what happened to Kylie.
Mm-hmm.
So because the importance of communication is so important for them to have an answer, we could tell by the case and how it was ran that didn't happen, right? They didn't talk it out within each other, and
no, and you got
bounce
19,000 man hours. Where's all the evidence you put all these hours in?
It almost seems like there was a dictator almost.
Because most of it was done by volunteers from what I see and gather and hear. You know? I'd like to see their proof.
Well, with the
they work for us
and everything else, that gave them an excuse to not seem competent to do their jobs, which is not excusable.
I'm not buying it that they're not. You're talking people that have 10 to 20 years on the force and they don't know how to do their jobs. Well, then you need to step down or be fired.
Right. Well, just letting the 18-year-old take over.
Yeah. Deputy duty's on fucking shift, you know? Oh, swammy scammy. Let her handle it.
That was crazy.
How much do you come back?
Oh, did she fall off?
Yeah, she'll be back. There's so many issues that I have with Kylie Rodney's case. And the people that are like, oh, it was an accident. I just can't fuck with you. Like, I can't even fuck with people that let that word roll off their lips. I can't do it.
Yeah. I mean, even if it were an accident, which I don't believe it was, the covering it up and lying
I'm gonna need
about
you to show me if that's the case, you know? Show me all your hard work that shows it was an accident. Show me.
Well,
you know?
And the covering it certainly was no accident, you know?
No.
And that's criminal right there.
Dude, and the way they sloshed her body around, slung her items all over the what? No, I'm sorry. I can't.
Right.
I can't buy that people with 10 to 20 years of experience did stuff like touching not one person, but two people touching a steering wheel with bare fucking hands. You're telling me that a dude that works at the local hospital that has a lot of background, is a nurse, and also works with respironics, didn't think to put gloves on either when picking Kylie Rodney's stuff up out the floor? You know, like all these things happened in this case and we're just supposed to believe it?
You know, when that Check It TV thing happened, that was literally my little YouTube episode where I made myself a tinfoil hat. Was the morning that he came out with his video about finding all that crap. I don't know what is up with that guy, but something was definitely up with him.
The fact that he put all his stuff behind a paywall, and if you use his copyright stuff, he'll strike it down. Well,
yeah.
I hate to break it to you, Mr. Juan Sanchez, but under fair use, if I play your video and then I talk and then I play your video just like I do Draw Latinas and everybody else's, there ain't a fucking thing you could do about it. So I think all this week, or even at least Monday, because I don't know how much of his stuff I have, but I have all his stuff he deleted pretty much too. I want to start going through the deleted stuff because I think that information is important information, you know?
Well, listening to him is kind of like listening to Megan, kind of like the fingernails on a chalkboard.
I'm down for it though. You know, I'll do this for Kylie. Yeah. I'll go through it.
Yeah.
For Kylie.
Yeah. Anything for Kylie, for sure.
And then the fact that you look at AWP's hot air balloon ride, I'm sorry, I don't see a car in the water. I just don't see a car in the water. But guess who just so happened to catch the fucking car in the water on his drone footage that he didn't check till the next day or some shit?
Right. The
And
SF.
fucking business, you know? Up in everybody's business. And you didn't tell me you didn't go home like a jolly little kid and put that fucking SD card into your laptop and go through all the footage, staying up all night, cracking the fuck out. You know, I'm sorry. No, you watched that footage. You knew her car was in there. It's all documented. Same with Xaname.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, but
Oh,
her
yeah.
videos, I don't need to see it, but I would like to see a warrant for that video as well. The same with SF's footage without all his bullshit he put over it, covering up tire tracks and shit. All of that stuff forensically looked at. Unedited. You know? That's all. Tired of it.
Yep.
Tired of it. I'm really fucking tired of it. I'm tired of our system, one, failing the American people. But when it comes to kids, that's a whole nother level of That's why I still talk about Maui. This is why I still talk about Kylie. This is why I still talk about Trinity. Poor fucking Dante, man. The way that they did that kid, like his autopsy wasn't even released. No real cause of death other than died in a fucking woods at a pond collecting samples. You know, that's what we got on him. They're doing.
So, have you already talked about the Maui tonight?
I just touched base on it. The only thing I talked about was Maui's chief of housing resigning today.
Yeah. Yeah. I came across something new. I made a short video about it today, and it's uploading.
Okay.
Check this out, man. This is fucking crazy. This is gonna floor you. 25 years ago, there was a lawsuit with 2,800 Native Islanders and the Hawaii Housing Authority. Let me look at my notes here.
These people have been doing so much fighting against the fucking corporations and government. It's unreal. It's unreal.
Right.
It's unreal. I feel so bad for these people in Maui.
It gets worse. So after 25 years of the back and forth, they came to a $328 million settlement agreement last April of 2022. And then they had like the last motion involved this past July of 23. And the payments of the $328 million to the 2,800 Native Islanders, those payments were supposed to start in September of 2023, like right now.
Cripies.
They're not making their payments because, you know, the land's all in.
I know, like, everybody wants me to, like, that's why I have so much Maui stuff I want to go over. So many documents, so many videos that I've watched. But I think the reason why, like, because, like, I know I've been talking about a whole bunch of other subjects. Like, I feel really bad that I haven't been staying, like, hyper-focused on Kylie. But the shit going on in Maui is absolutely unreal, honey. And, like, I can't not talk about Maui.
I know.
And the numbers that they're putting out is just...
The numbers are fucking bullshit.
The water contaminations, like...
They're still stuck on that 115, right?
And instead of people being held accountable, these people will fucking... Spines popped right out their assholes, and they literally fold on these people in Lahaina and fucking Maui in general, like all of Hawaii. You know what I mean? Like fucking these people over, killing them off.
It's insane.
But they literally become spineless assholes and just resign, and they're not held accountable just because they resign.
Right.
It's crazy.
It's really hard. You can still name someone in a lawsuit, obviously, when they've been terminated, but it's really hard to hold them accountable if they're no longer with that agency. It's really hard. It's close to impossible. Yeah, I'm super concerned about who's going to fill those two positions, the chief of housing and the chief of public safety.
Staying close looking on that.
Well, I'm thinking that they'll just appoint the police chief to be the
they'll
interim
give
for
Mr. Las Vegas
everything.
the job too.
Right. Right.
It's terrible, honey. It's terrible what's going on in our world right now.
It's unbelievable. It's
And I
really
don't know how
unbelievable.
people don't want to not talk about these things, like the fact that, like, yeah, some of these kids in Maui and Lahaina have been accounted for. Yes, some of them have registered at another school, but you're still talking close to 1,000 kids that still ain't accounted for. They're just not. They're not. Where are they?
And what about their school buses? Where are they?
Mm-hmm. Like, I understand how the school busing system works. Like, we have one place in Scottdale that holds all the buses for, like, I mean, there's like 5 school systems that it holds its buses for. And then, like, at different times of the year, the buses disappear. And I understand, like, some of them have done that, and that's why they're not back at the bus station, because they have gone to the schools for the season. I get that. But they're still missing buses. They're still missing kids. There's no reason why these kids are being excluded. I'm sorry, my dog wants to play right now, and we're just not doing it.
Yeah, you know, Sean.
You're still crackling, honey, but it's okay. I can kind of hear you, yeah.
Hey, Kenny.
Hello there. How are you?
Miss Nova, no. I've had enough already.
I'm well. How about yourself?
Well, I'm getting there. I've still got a pulse. So that's a bonus.
That's a good thing.
All right, y'all. I'm getting back on topic. I'm gonna hit play.
Okay.
Necessarily could be
Knock it
the
off.
reason for Kylie's demise. I think it's very important to remember what I said from the previous part 1, and that is that on autopsy, drowning is a diagnosis of exclusion, meaning that it's quite difficult. Sorry to cough. It is quite difficult to come up with that diagnosis because there is not one, what we call in medicine, pathognomonic finding. There is not one identifying, this is it, eureka moment for drowning.
Monopathic, one.
Indeed, it is the diagnosis of accidental drowning is what we call a diagnosis of exclusion. And
so in the pathology, she's saying that there's not one thing in it. For people that don't understand. Mono, one. Pathologic. Okay. Pathology, single. There's not one reason in the pathology that points to accidental drowning. De nada. Let's hit the play again.
The diagnosis of accidental drowning is what we call a diagnosis of exclusion.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a result of what we say in medicine, a constellation, like stars, a constellation of factors.
Uh-huh.
Not only post-mortem physical findings, and I'm going to go through that probably in part.
You either connect the stars like constellations, or you pull the star out of the sky. Either which way, you got to do exclusion. You know, you either connect the dots, or there's no exclusion done here.
3. But it is a constellation of macroscopic, what you can see with your eyes on autopsy, microscopic findings, as well as from the moment of finding a deceased body submerged in water, those communications from the various authorities. All of those investigations have to be brought together in order for the medical examiner to make the presumptive diagnosis of accidental drowning or drowning. There are a couple of articles that I'm going to actually link later this evening to this episode in case you want to take a deeper dive into some scholarly articles around drowning in general, around the difference between freshwater drowning and seawater, saltwater drowning, and how decomposition occurs differently in those different types of waters. Also, how the body reacts, how the weight, for instance, of the lungs in a drowning is different from with respect to freshwater or lake drowning and ocean or saltwater drowning. I'm going to go through some specifics and walk folks through that, but I think that's going to have to wait till part 3. Okay. Now, before we dive in, and that'll be in part 3, no pun intended, before we dive in to the autopsy, looking at the constellation of findings that could or did point to drowning or did not, let's talk about a couple of basic concepts. One I'm sure you all have heard of is the chain of custody. That's very different from the chain of command. As we all know, when we go to work, chain of command, you're an employee, let's say, and then you have your manager, a supervisor, in my case, a chief medical officer, a CEO, director of operations, etc. So there's sort of what I call the food chain in terms of the chain of command. And that likewise goes for law enforcement or any other type of agency. Here we're talking about the chain of custody. So, for example, when I'll give a small example, when we have to do a drug screen for investigative purposes, that patient will go to a specific lab where an individual double and triple checks their name, date of birth, etc. And that individual either has to go into the restroom and observe the person urinating or voiding, or the person has to go to a specific restroom where the toilet water is of a certain color so that it can't be, you can't sort of cheat and come up with a negative drug screen, etc. Let's say the person has been observed. They have urinated into a cup. They give that urine cup to the nurse or the technician, and then, for example, in the emergency room, that technician signs, and then it has to go to the police officer, and then they sign, and it follows what we call a chain of custody, so that we know that from the moment that identified individual has voided or urinated, they have followed that specimen through a very safe chain of custody to the point where it arrives in the lab and it is tested, and then we can be certain that the results are indeed from that individual. So the chain of custody is extremely important. From one of the articles, scholarly articles, that I really find almost as a touch point, I want to make a quote, and I'm actually going to read it right now from something I wrote from this article, and that is, quote, "A submerged vehicle containing a body or bodies should be transported in its entirety to the medical examiner's office for in situ exam of the body and the vehicle to provide clues." Okay, so I'm throwing out concepts and ideas to you all, and I'm going to have you all go back to look at the documentation. But the question would be, I'm just going to ask the question, I'm sure you all know the answer. Was Kylie's body removed from the vehicle and taken alone to the ME's office, or was the vehicle removed in the position that it was found? So in other words, it was found on its sort of on its roof. Was it removed from the water like that, not flipped, so as not to juggle the body or the location of the body or any evidence that might have spilled out, but that it was appropriately removed, not flipped, and taken to the medical examiner's office en masse, we say. masse, M-A-S-S-E, together. And that is important because if there was, for instance, any form of tethering of a body or even a seatbelt that may have inadvertently or purposefully been placed over, in this case, Kylie, and pulled out of the tailgate, and then the tailgate shut to hold her in place, we need to know that. And so hopefully photographs were taken very carefully of her position, anything inside, by law enforcement prior to them ever even moving the car. And then hopefully not moving the car from its found position, protecting all windows if they were broken out, etc., in order to prevent any loss of evidence, etc. And then once the car has come out, to move before opening a tailgate, etc., to move en masse the body with the car. And then for the investigators to be able to, again, chain of custody, step by step, with excellent documentation and communication, note how prior to opening the tailgate, prior to moving the car out of its found position, how was the body found? This is very important. And I will say no more on that. Now, there's another statement that I just found very compelling in one of these articles that I read, and I think it's something that no matter what sort of place we are in life, whether we work in law enforcement, medicine, a restaurant, you're a teacher, you're a homemaker, basically this statement said in this article, and again, I'll link this, that especially when looking at the potential for a drowning victim, it is paramount for all agencies to coordinate one with the other, to communicate one with the other, because especially if concerned about a drowning versus a drowning suicide versus a homicide, and then somebody was dumped, so to speak, in a body of water, every single aspect of the case needs to be
Well, I'm going to roll that back.
communicated in a very in a body of water.
Yeah, that part right there.
For
listen,
all agencies to coordinate one with the other, to communicate one with the other, because especially if concerned about a drowning versus a drowning suicide versus a homicide, and then somebody was dumped, so to speak, in a body of water, every single aspect of the case needs to be communicated in a very transparent fashion amongst agencies, so that when the autopsy report or any of the investigative documents are published, they are published in a very cogent, easy to read, but complete manner. So I wanted to bring that to the fore. Now, the final thing in this 10-minute that I want to talk about are twofold. One is, how do we identify a deceased body, okay, in general? And it is very different in a way when a body has been submerged for a length of time in water. And we're going to talk about the specifics of that in my next episode, which I think will come in a day or two. So the quintessential identifying method since the
She is fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal.
early 1900s is fingerprinting. And this was actually developed by the New York City Police Department. And soon thereafter, in the early 1900s, the Federal Bureau of Investigation of the FBI also embraced the concept that is your benchmark, that is best practices, fingerprinting. But obviously we know that unless you've been fingerprinted because you are required by your job, like for me, I'm fingerprinted throughout the years because of the type of work that I do, or if you've been arrested, if a person wants to adopt a child domestically or internationally, their fingerprints are required. So there are reasons that fingerprints are on record, right? But if a person like Kylie, let's say, was 16, never arrested, how can we know what her fingerprints are? So the ideal identifying method is fingerprinting. That aside, the next method is dental records. And I think dental records absolutely is a great method. We know that. And I'm going to give the example that in the Brian Laundrie case, fortunately, with great, we say in Spanish, anticipación, or with forethinking, the law enforcement knew that they were looking for maybe his body or him, but they went ahead and even before he was found, Brian Laundrie's dental records and dental x-rays were present. They had it in hand. So they could immediately use those, take x-rays of his, whatever was left of his mandible and his maxilla and the teeth, and do a comparison. And that is why they were so quickly able to turn around and so transparently say to the public, we had his records from his dentist, we've done a comparison, this is a definitely an identifier. And he has been clearly identified, or positively identified, as we say. Another method is DNA. So blood, hair, skin, and bone marrow. And actually a newer way in the past, probably decade, is to actually get into the dentum of the teeth. So in other words, below your enamel, you have the dentum, and they can get and extract DNA from there. So that if there isn't a lot of anything left, other than, let's say, skeletal remains or your teeth, there's still a way to obtain DNA, and it has to be mitochondrial DNA. And then they use that DNA post-mortem, after death DNA, from the dentum, which is below the enamel of the teeth, from bone marrow, etc. And they have a comparison, hopefully, from the toothbrush and or hairbrush of the person in question. And by using pre-death or pre-mortem sample from somebody's toothbrush or hairbrush, they make a comparison, mitochondrial DNA comparison, with the DNA found in those areas of the body that we have discussed. I have gone well over the 15 minutes, and my mother would not be happy, but I will just finish up by saying that those positive identifying methods, i.e. DNA, well, first of all, as we know, the fingerprinting, the DNA, and the dental, not necessarily in that order, but those three are sort of the only ways that we can really positively identify a victim. There are presumptive ways, and those would include, if the body is not too decomposed, having the family identify, if they're willing and able, to identify the body. However, we know from history, and not too far away history in the past, that there have been misidentifications even by parents of their child, their deceased child. They've misidentified and it wasn't their child. So that using a family member to identify is considered presumptive, and it certainly is not 100% guaranteed. In addition, we can use presumptive identifiers like the age, race, sex, or some physical characteristics of the victim. Markers, we say. Markers like tattoos, markers like jewelry or piercings. So those can be used as presumptive identifiers. And finally, circumstantial identifiers. In the case of Kylie Rodney, she was missing, her car was missing. The car was found, one body was found in the car. Okay, most likely that represents Kylie Rodney. And then you say, well, can you utilize any clothing that she was last wearing, jewelry, tattoos, etc.? All of that can be used to make a presumptive diagnosis. Not a definitive diagnosis, but a presumptive diagnosis. We'll talk more about that in part 3. How was diagnosis, or identification, I should say, of Kylie Rodney actually made? Were photographs taken from below water to the point where the car was taken from water? And obviously autopsy, during autopsy photographs. And how was that done, and was their chain of custody maintained? Thank you for listening to all of this. 15 minutes, I think, turned into 20. And for now, I'll just say adios, mis amigos. Adelante con valentía. Go forward with courage. And in Italian, we say avanti con coraggio.
That's what's up, man. Ooh, wait, no. I don't like it. That was loud as hell. No, bro, it's really loud. I don't like it either. Let me back it up. Let's see how long the part 3 is, because I might sit through a part 3. How long is it? All right, I got another 24 minutes in me. Let's get it all together. Let's get the conclusion and all. Let's do it all. Because the reflections and comments was first. This is part 2, and this is part 3. All right, let's get it.
I love her. She's great.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Her and Barbara Butcher are the only people that are smart. A lot of men, I noticed a lot of men out there didn't like these smart women. You know what I mean? Kind of like fucking gaslit them into submission. It was kind of fucked up. I saw what happened in the whole Kylie Rodney case, man. Y'all can't tell me you didn't see what happened and continues to happen on the YouTubes, you know? It's weird as hell. It's sus. That's why I stay focused on this. Ooh, Laura's in the house. I don't know what was going on there, but shoot. Yeah, Miss Eve's been sending me some good Maui stuff that I need to. We need to have a straight Maui day. I don't know. I might do that. No, Sunday I got something to paint.
Yeah, it's on a bit. It's on a bit.
You're crackly. You're crackly as hell, honey.
I don't know what's up with this.
Yeah.
Look, Shad, I'll step down because it's. I don't want to spoil things. So
at least type though. At least type though if you can.
I will do. Yeah.
I can't hear you through the crackle. Can you?
Okie dokie.
Jazz, can you hear him? Is he crackling?
I can hear him okay. But yeah, there is some crackle.
Oh, you can hear him? Okay.
Yeah, but there is some crackle though. I don't know what that's up.
I wonder if it's a distance.
Well,
I'll step down anyway and I'll
crackly sign.
Yeah, I'll
always nice to
I'll
see you, Kenny. Always
So you
Yeah,
should
it's-
always, if you're on your potato, oh, you're on your computer or your potato.
I'm on the laptop.
I was gonna say, if you want to try to restart it and come back up, you're more than welcome to. If not, it's late as fuck there though. You should probably sleep, sir.
Yeah, I'll just listen anyway.
It's what, like 5, 6 in the morning there?
It's 20 past 4.
Cool.
In the morning.
Look, Kenny's a champ. We love you, buddy.
He's a night owl.
I
Definitely
am
a night owl.
definitely. Anyway, I'll
Thank you
just
for
listen in,
staying
okay?
so vigilant. Thank you for always
more.
looking at stuff from so many different perspectives.
Well, I've got nothing better to do. It's my
You
new
and Mark
hobby.
are my favorites.
That's lovely. Well, I'll keep listening, Shan.
All right, baby.
So good night to you both.
I love you. Have a great night.
And you too, and everyone in
If
chat as well.
Yeah.
Good night,
Take
guys.
care, Kenny.
I will do, and you too.
Oh, thanks. You too.
I don't think I've ever heard his sound like that.
I know. That's weird.
It was like wobbly, crackly. I don't know. Was it sound like that for you too?
Yep.
It was weird
Yeah.
with the crackle. Yep.
Very strange. Very strange.
We love our Kenny. Yes, we do. Yes, absolutely. Look at all that love. Look at all that love. I love it.
He is awesome. He's just so
He
on
is.
point.
He is. The first time that I ever think I really interacted with Kenny was when he was really trying to get my attention about Nate Cavacugan and Milo Miro and just a lot of different early on players. Oh, Billy Darling's up in the house. What's up, baby? How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. I just want to come say hey. You
Hey,
guys.
girl, hey.
Yeah, hey.
Hey,
Girl.
Billy.
Hey, Justice. It's so nice to see y'all. I was just thinking about y'all since we were watching Aura earlier, like with the band. And I'm just
I
like,
always think about everybody all the time. I think about y'all. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah, it's like I was thinking about you guys, and I'm just like, and here you are. So I had to come and say hey. Like, hey, girl. And I appreciate y'all for everything y'all do.
I mean, we gotta stay village. You know what I mean? That's just what.
Yeah.
Have
Well, I
to.
appreciate you, Justice and Squirrel. I mean, and Kenny. Y'all are just everyone's so amazing. I really appreciate.
Yeah, you are too, honey. You keep coming. I see the shit you type in people's chats and stuff. I see you, girl. And then you come up and you state your opinion, and I would like some DNA, a hair sample, some type of match to just even show that that's Kylie Rodney.
They can get marrow from the teeth, they can get marrow from the bones. They had that.
All kinds of things. All kinds of options. They just skipped out on all of them.
They did. They're like, oh, never
There was
mind.
water in her lungs, and I don't mean to mock it. I'm mocking the fucking doctors that did this shit and call themselves fucking professionals.
It's terrifying. It's
How medical examiners and fucking sheriffs wrote off on this shit. Like, ain't no thing. And it's not like like Kylie isn't the only case like this in these counties. And that's what's fucking shocking, alarming.
Exactly. It's freaking me right out.
It just so happened that Kylie she caught the hearts and souls of thousands. At one point, it was millions of people, and then people just fell off. But there's still thousands and thousands of people that are like, nah, it ain't no accident, bro. I bet you if you could do a global poll, I bet you 85% of people say that they okay. In chat, if you think Kylie's, and this is just A or B, there ain't no multiple choices. It's either foul play or an accidental death. Just what your choices you get. If you think it's foul play, put a 1 in chat. Foul play can fall under a whole bunch of different things. Because the only other thing that, whatever that is, whether it's murder, manslaughter, trafficking, whatever, that all falls in that category. And then 2, you have an absolute accident. She did it to herself, y'all. Let's not talk about it. Let's let her rest, Put a 2 in chat if you think it was full-on accident. We ain't judging here. I want to know. And be honest. If you think it's an accident, don't be afraid to put 2 in chat. We ain't gonna bite your heads off. I would just like to understand, like, where we're at here. We got 97 people. Come on, don't be afraid. We ain't judging. If you could type in chat. I mean, there's a lot of probably lurkers because they can't type in chat because they've been blocked. So sorry about that. But
So many coincidences.
Dude, I can only take so much bullshit from people before I'm like, shoot, yeah, I can't even do
come
it.
on.
Shoot,
I'm
yeah.
at my full. It's over my eyeballs. I'm in it deep. I'm done. No. No.
Dude, I like Democrats for Trump. That's what's up. Dude, I like that name.
That's a funny name. Ah.
My stream is being streamed on another live stream. That's cool. Have fun. It's all good. Hey, stream that snipe streaming me. If you think Kylie Rodney's death was a foul play, put a 1 in the chat that you're watching it from.
That's
and
right,
if you think straight up accident, put a 2 in our chat as well. If you think it's an accident. And then whoever just came in chat to let me know that I'm being, can you let me know how many, if you see more 1s or more 2s or whatever in their chat, let me know. That's what's up. That's what's up.
We don't got time to look around on the internet for that.
Look, we running a double poll. Let's get it.
Let's
double
let
me
poll.
know.
We can triple this poll out.
Yeah, let me know this poll.
Okay, so far it looks like 1s are winning, my girl.
Better yet, whoever snipe streaming me, go ahead and put a poll up in your chat because I'm sure you know how to just clicky and do a poll.
Yeah.
See what your chat got to say.
Yeah, find out.
And then you let me know. That's what's up. I love everybody here. I love all y'all.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna say foul.
I'm gonna wait here for a report back.
Yeah. I'm just chilling. We can wait. We got time.
My poll is if you think Kylie Rodney was 1, trafficked, foul play, murdered, manslaughtered, didn't kill herself. That's a 1. Some type of foul play. Or 2 is accident. It's you only 2 options.
Yeah, we're going complete extremes.
It's either some fucked up shit happened or it's
nothing
completely
happened.
it was just an accident.
Yeah. So 1 or 2.
No, 1 or 2. That's
I'll
your
say
options.
right now, I'm on foul play.
It's either black or white when it comes to this case.
Yeah.
Jenny's like, I'm a vote too. She's like, I put it. Look,
Like, we're all voting.
IL.
Okay. The whole internet
For
says
real.
foul play, but hey, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Snipe Streamer? What do you think? Go ahead and let your channel know that you're streaming from me. You verbally tell them what you think happened. Do you think it was foul play or an accident? 1 is foul play, 2 is accident. Thank you, Democrats, for Trump. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's really cool of you, man.
Yep, thank you. Much appreciated. I don't really care.
Yeah, we don't care what their link is. We just,
Yeah, I don't care if they're streaming me. I don't care about none of that. I don't care who it is.
I don't give a shit.
Have fun. Me too. Y'all want to watch this 3rd series of Dry Latina?
First Amendment, bitches. Yes, ma'am.
We're about to get it. All right. You let me know if I need a pause. Let me turn this.
All right. I'm going to go mute.
Just talk over it if you need me to rewind or whatever, or pause or whatever.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Now, in general, we need to sort of define what is drowning. And really, drowning is a process of what we call in science and medicine asphyxiation, which really is the concept.
Hey, and remember when that post was put on Facebook with that person that said it's like a green Facebook post and it says about asphyxiation? I still have that too.
Yeah.
It's kind of odd how these people said weird shit.
Huh. Keep the receipts. That's right.
Is a lack of is the concept that there is a lack of flow of oxygen because of either a mechanical obstruction like water blocking the airways, or asphyxiation can also be caused, for instance, in strangulation or in compression from an outside force. But right now we're talking about drowning, and in general that is a result of an inability for the body to continue passing oxygen from outside the body through the bronchi tubes, bronchioles, and down to the alveoli and through a physiologic process and through the blood and the air passages, it's all very complex. That is how we get air to our body, to our brain, to our vital organs. Now, one thing that is really important that we talked about actually on a live that I was on a couple of nights ago is the fact that breathing in general is a reflex. It is an automatic process that is run by the autonomic nervous system, the central nervous system. So when we breathe, we're not saying, I need to take a breath. I need to take a breath. It's an automatic.
Your brain just does it.
Called respiration breathing. And it is really what we call a reflex phenomenon.
Yep. It's natural.
An important aspect of a victim of drowning is the initial reflex that happens when a person unwittingly or unexpectedly is submerged in water, especially water that is under 77 degrees Fahrenheit, because water under that temperature is considered, quote unquote, in the medical literature and autopsy literature, cool water, okay? Whether it's salt water or whether it's lake water, the temperature under 77 degrees is considered cool water, especially when it's...
And you have to understand, in the Tahoe region, the because of where the water comes from, the water's usually a cooler water there, 60, 70 degrees.
Cold water, so you're getting down into the 40s, right?
Yeah, that's cold water. Yes.
But even if you're into 70s, 60s, and 50 degrees Fahrenheit, that cool water, those temperatures, when a person unwittingly is submerged in water, if they are alive prior to being submerged, they have a gasp reflex, which is part of breathing, but it's related to the sudden immersion in cold or cool water. So I'm going to give you an example. The person is submerged, they do that, and there's an initial gasp, okay? In that initial gasp, two things can happen. One is aspiration of lake or seawater. In addition, aspiration of the contents, dirt, silt, bacteria, and the like, from the contents of the surrounding water. And when that happens, very often in a process of drowning, a victim gasps and then they go into what we call laryngospasm. Laryngospasm meaning that the larynx, or the vocal cords, which are approximately at this level in the body, in the tracheobronchial tree, will spasm and shut. So you get an initial aspiration of fluid from the outside environs, laryngospasm. And from there, sometimes people don't recover from that laryngospasm, but the contents that they have aspirated on autopsy can be shown, and the physiologic reactions that occur from asphyxia and anoxia, lack of oxygen, will result in bloody tinged, for example, bloody tinged foam. And in a drowning victim, one of the 7, I'm going to call them little star points of the constellation of findings in drowning, is blood tinged foam. In the majority of cases, when blood tinged foam from drowning is found on autopsy, it is found below the vocal cords. So from here down into the main stem bronchus, into the bronchial trees, into the bronchioles, which are tiny, tiny, and at the ends of your lungs, the alveoli. So when you find foam or blood-tinged foam on autopsy in a drowning victim, you're looking for foam blood-tinged below the point of bronchospasm. So that would be point number 1. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to comment on every specific point of Kylie's autopsy. I don't want to really have to spoon feed you. And I know from all the comments that I've gotten, the tremendous sophistication of the audience following me specifically, but also in the true crime community, you guys can look at the documents and you can go through. So I'm going to enumerate them. Number 1, was there blood tinged foam found below the point of the vocal cords?
Class, was there?
No. There's no blood tinged foam.
If there was blood tinged foam, that would count as a sort of point towards the possibility of a cause of death from drowning. Or do you find foam in the upper airway? And if so, or if you find no foam in the upper airway, that's going to point away from drowning.
Did she have?
Go ahead.
Did she have foam in her mouth? It was just a little bit. What was it? Vomit is what they said it was. Sputum.
Yeah, I don't think they had any foam, and I think they declared her sinuses and nose were patent, which means they were not. They were clear, not obstructed. So yeah. So if there was foam, it'd be stuck up in there. Yep.
Now, interestingly, the other piece that we want to look at in terms of the lungs is the bogginess of the lungs. And yes, it does depend whether a person has been submerged in fresh water, like a lake water, river water, or salinated water. Salinated meaning salty water, like the ocean. If an individual is submerged in fresh water, the rate of decomposition, especially in cool water, not in tropical water, even if it's freshwater tropical, but in cool water, in a non-salinated or lake-type freshwater situation, the decomposition rate is going to be slower than in salty water.
And she would at least have particles of the bacterias and the algae and all kinds of these things in her stomach from this lake.
Yeah, the diatoms.
Yeah. Shit blows my fucking mind how people are still like by this accident. The autopsy alone, that alone says no.
And that is for a variety of reasons, including the size of predators that can take attack, so to speak, at a body or a human being, right?
What I want to know from law enforcement, from any official, is why around Kylie Rodney's death are there more questions than we've ever seen answers? You know? So many questions.
Can also be according to different physiologic processes that occur in the decomposition process, but also in the drowning process. Now,
but these answers that we find, they don't look good for people, you know? They just don't. I'm tired of pretending like I'm eating what they're feeding me because I can't no more. I can't do it. Never really could. That's why we're still here.
I'm just going to give you an average in lake water. Generally, on autopsy, we combine the right and the left lung weights in grams, and what we do is we say and we look at averages. And so the average weight of a person who's drowned in lake water, and of course it depends on the measure and the level of decomposition, but the average drowning victim has a combined right and left lung weight of 1,300 grams plus.
Why is there like a digit missing off of Kylie's lung size? Especially a drowning victim.
Yep. More water is supposed to be in there.
Of a toddler. I don't know how anybody looks at this autopsy and is like, yeah, that's an accident, y'all.
Lungs are sponges.
Like, Yeah, it's
Those
crazy, dude.
sponges, they'll be soaking that water up, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't care if she was only in that water for fucking an hour. You know what I mean? She's You're trying to tell us 2 weeks. Nope. 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 Nope.
No.
Nope. Nope. That ain't wrong answer. Yeah, combined, yes. I'll rewind it.
Of 1,300 grams, plus or minus about 400 grams. So the combined weights that you would be looking for as one of your constellation points would be, does this victim have a combined right and left lung weight of about 900 to about 1,700
There you
grams.
go. Her lungs should weigh 900 to 1,700. And they weighed 100 and 110.
What the actual F, man? Like,
and she was a singer with a beautiful fucking voice of an angel. Okay?
like the bigger lungs, man.
I can't. But, and the thing of it is like, they're like, why are you still talking about her? Like, you're making a mockery of her death. And it's like, no, these people that handled her case made a fucking mockery of this poor child's death.
Can happen to this poor girl. It can happen to anybody's daughter.
And all these people that think we should just shut the fuck up about it. Okay, when you get the proof of how it verifies that this was an accident, other than somebody told you, get off your knees, stop being a bootlicker, and think for your fucking self for a change. You know, like, think logically. Because the autopsy and toxicology alone, I don't know how people in Truckee aren't screaming this shit from the rooftops. Something ain't right here, y'all. Which makes me believe that, like, bigger powers are why these people don't talk about it.
Big dog.
Or why people that do talk about it get threats and all kinds of weird shit. You know? It's weird. It's weird as fuck. I'm going to keep talking about her. Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Mae Rodney.
So go back and see what was, in the case of Kylie Rodney, the combined
she said it too.
and
Love
left lung, the summation of those weights.
Yeah, it ain't good.
They were
210.
not
210
near
combined. No.
1,300 grams. And
or
in
not 900
salt,
either.
And that would be in lake water, freshwater drownings. In saltwater, it's actually quite a bit more. Okay. There are other findings on autopsy to do with the bogginess of the lungs. It's much more detailed, but where...
Like, and that's the thing, Mishti. Like, it does. It sounds like they dehydrated her lungs. Like, you know, like, y'all are the ones that are saying abducted, abducted, abducted. And if you think about Nick Tow Truck Guy's story, it sounds like she got abducted by somebody that knew where she was at a proper time and turned her location off on her phone and then turned her phone off, snatched her up, dehydrated her out, and blooped her body and her car in a fucking water. Make it make sense. I'll shut the fuck up about it. You know, but something is not right with her lung weight. And that's, I'm sorry, but that's not incompetence. It's not. That shit's done accidentally on purpose, or why her autopsy looks like it does. So that's why every template of theirs has that brain whited out, so that if it would go to court, somehow it would be null and void. Well, you still have to hold the people, the medical examiners, these people, accountable for autopsies happening like that. Sorry, not sorry. I'm done with this shit. It's time somebody be held accountable for Kylie Rodney. That's it. I'm not going to stop talking about it till it happens. I'll talk about this shit until I'm dead in my grave. I don't care. Till I'm ashes. I'm going to keep talking about it. Now, I have a lot of theories. Some make absolute, like if you look at the timeline, if you look at everything, it makes absolute sense. Yep. So I think that number 17 is super important. So I think why SF was there on the 18th to document things. Xana May, check it. I'm sorry. Y'all weird as fuck. Fight.
The lungs, when pressed just even with the fingers of the examiner, the gloved fingers of the examiner, the lungs often, because they're so boggy, will bring forth spurts of foam and water. Okay. Was that something that was found?
Fred, there's no evidence that she unalived herself. None whatsoever. How? Because if she overdosed, that still means somebody put her car in the water. It's still a cover-up. It's still tampering with evidence, obstruction of justice, and many, many other felony charges. Either which way you look at it, you know what I mean? Just tell the truth for Kylie. Let's get her justice. And let's keep fighting for these kids. Fuck. Country for Kylie was Celebration of Life was September. What was it? 10th? When did they do Celebration of Life? The 10th. And the other one was the 2017. No, yeah, 17. I'm not sure. It's like the 10th and the something. I forget.
It was before she was found, and it seemed very.
Yeah, Country for Kylie was done. Yeah, and then they did the 12th.
It's very strange.
12th or 13th. That sounds accurate.
Yeah, just isn't that the day after they quit searching, the police pulled back?
Yeah, because they were singing, so she could hear their voices and come back to. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
What the hell?
They could have taken all that time looking for her, and they're throwing a fucking concert for her.
Yeah,
come home.
What? Yeah, where did that money go?
Look, and then if you see them in all their press conferences, ain't nobody looking for her. Everybody's kicking back, throwing some back, bullshitting. Who's looking for her?
Yeah, that was a fest too.
All the volunteers.
People had to pay to get in, right? Where did that money go?
Dude, where's all this search and rescue footage?
Yeah.
The scans, the data for the scans, like it's just some weird ass shit, dude. Weird ass shit. You're telling me they did all of this to cover her self-unaliving? I find that very hard to believe. One of two things happened. Somebody did something to Kylie, or somebody did something to Kylie that involves snatching. I can't. There's nothing that points to accident anymore. Not one fucking thing. Not even a no, none of that. Every bit of information points to something ain't right here. You're fixing to lose power. Oh, honey, be safe. You got storms. You got storms? So that's what's going on. Yeah, I've never seen people have vigils for missing people. It's weird.
On autopsy for this particular individual that we're discussing. There are other more particularly specific findings on the lungs proper. One is known as, let me see if I can pronounce this correctly, Paltoff's or Paul-Toff's spots on the surface of the lungs that are particular blood vessel tiny findings that you can see with the naked eye that are the result of the physiologic process of drowning, and they were found on the lung surfaces. So were very microscopic punctate, we say punctate, like points, called Paltoff's spots. Was that noted on this particular autopsy? So far I've given you probably 2 or 3 of the findings in the diagnosis or the cause of death of drowning, okay? And now I'm just going to go through a few more, and that are very important and that have been discussed on many live shows and live chats that I've noticed recently. And that is, what are the findings in terms of gastric or stomach contents? So generally, one can find, as part of the process, even after laryngospasm, one can find a regurgitation of gastric contents. And gastric fluids. So in the case of Kylie Rodney, as I recall, there were some particulate matter, small amounts of particulate matter of, I think, legumes and peas in the stomach contents found on autopsy.
Make that make sense.
Who just eats peas by themselves?
Bro, look, I ain't never thought, oh, better have these chickpeas. Oh, better eat these garbanzo beans. Oh, better eat this can of beans or peas before I go to a party.
I just want one lentil.
And then my other question is, where the fuck is the creme brulee?
Yeah, because I'll be eating some creme brulee. And it's delicious. So
sure the fuck is that and flan. That's what's up, bro.
It's not in her stomach. Did Kate eat all the creme brulee?
Okay, and if they only made the creme brulee because it was for somebody else's party, who'd you make it for?
Yeah, who ate it?
Mm-hmm.
Did maybe
I
Kylie?
got questions. I'm telling you, I got more questions than y'all motherfuckers have given answers.
Did Kylie?
Guys, I know it's like kicking a dead horse or something, but that whole creme brulee, like what the hell was up with that? That was bizarre.
And honestly, what I feel like is happening is these news medias that are owned by these special people, and like the way that they inserted that lady from Utah as a PR person, it just feels like so many of these kids were either told to shut the fuck up and certain ones to step forward. Here's what you're going to say to the news. We're going to make it go away. The only one that I saw was the one that dropped the picture, the sleepy picture, and then Alla Jagger's post for Kylie. That's all I really saw for anybody, you know. What did mom do? What did Pap do? What did dad do?
Yeah, what stepdad do?
What are all these people that are complaining about these internet web sleuths doing for Kylie, other than finding honor and silence? If that's what you want to do, good on you. This is what I want to do, because I'm sorry, I don't think that her death is what you want to believe it is. And that's on you. That's on you to live with for the rest of your life, that's what you believe. Go look at that last known photo and tell me that looks like Kylie. That's all I'm going to say. And then sleep on that at night. I don't know.
Shan, you know, when she was in that black dress, it looks like that advertisement.
The
straps out of it and everything. I never liked
the
that
straps
picture.
out. Yeah, there's just something about, it's like that's a breadcrumb.
Yeah, that's weird.
Them straps out, it feels just like a breadcrumb. And then when you look at her eyes and you see the 3 photos of her in this black dress, the 4th one you can't see because she's from the side, and then you see the red accents of colors, and then they wonder why people go and say the weird ass shit that they do.
Yeah, what was the wording on that? It made it look like an advert.
Here is my problem with the people around Kylie Rodney. If you feel what we're saying is so wrong, why don't you step forward, grow a little bit of a spine, and say something on her behalf? Correct it. Inform people properly. Clarify something. Ain't nobody clarifying nothing. Some kids did. Some motor mouth tried to. She's fucking threw fuel on a fire. Like, why are these people? The only thing that they're out there doing is the threat of suing you if you got millions of dollars.
It's like double lives. Like the whole town's living a double life.
I don't know what the fuck's going on, but it doesn't look good. It looks a lot of corrupt. It looks like a lot of button lip people.
It
doesn't look
very
good.
peculiar. Everything
Sure
about
the hell
the
is.
case is very peculiar.
You know, the Truckee way. There's the Truckee way, and there's reality.
Dude, after I read the negotiation project,
oh man,
which I gotta pass that one on a Crane. Crane's got to read that shit because woo, wow. If y'all do not know what the negotiation project, how to get to yes, that book is a must read. And then come back to Kylie's case and look at the Truckee way.
You checked into that mining place? That's a mining place. That place we're looking at last time, that mine. They got a bunch of mines all over.
Oh yeah, they do. I talked to people that know about them mines.
Yeah, and Polaris.
Knows a lot about a lot of those people all up in that shit.
Money. All that land, all that money.
Mm-hmm.
All that water rights, all this
You
land.
got I was just getting ready to say you got the land, the mineral, the water, the electric rights. You got all look, it's like, and if people don't start to see the bigger picture of the power,
money.
Mm-hmm. Follow the money trail, man.
Well, and the water issue with Hawaii too. That's huge.
And that's why I feel like it's all tied. The same people controlling the stage, you know? I mean, look what's happening within our own government. You could look at it in so many different ways with the powers that be that help things go away for towns. That's why PR people step in and all this weird shit happens. Like, if you pay attention as a whole, like, it's corruption on a level that most people don't. It's just easier for people to accept, oh, it's an accident, my government's good to me, and go about their little happy little bubble, than to actually think for themselves, realize the corruption that goes on, realize we have some evil fucking people in this world. And it's insane what money can fucking do. It's insane what greed does. Hawaii has a desalting plant for their water. Hawaii has a lot of things for their water. That's why I don't understand how so much of their water, like their water in Lahaina, which this is what I can't wrap around. The map I just showed y'all on, might have been Monday, of Lahaina and the areas of Maui that the water's contaminated. What doesn't make sense specifically for Lahaina is what is it, like 80% of their water, 70% of their water is owned outsourced, and it is pumped in. That's why they turn the water off.
Yep, pumped in.
Because the company that owns the water didn't want which is fucked up. That company definitely needs to be held accountable. But anyway, like, there's no reason why the water in Lahaina should be contaminated. You feel me?
It's supposed to be good. It's got pumped in. Freshly pumped. Shit. It's something about water equity.
Yeah, I think tomorrow, okay, so tomorrow I want to do a Maui special. We'll just focus on Maui tomorrow. And then Monday we'll do a Trinity Bacchus. How about that?
That sounds delicious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Saturday won't be Maui.
You guys, I'm going to have to step off
of
the panel. Thanks for letting me come up and say hello.
Thank you for being up here. You have an awesome night. You have sweet dreams.
Yeah, thank you. Just as you rock, girl.
Yeah. Bless you. I'm going to check your shit out as soon as my live's done tonight. I didn't even know you put something out. Is your short done? Is it uploaded?
Yeah, it all uploaded. Yeah, it's less than 10 minutes.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, we're halfway through.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right, babe. Love you.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
Love. Bye. You too.
We have such good people. All right, Miss Billy, darling, we gonna get the rest of this. Let's get it.
I'm so excited.
There was some liquid matter, but there were no particulate matter found, like legumes and peas, in the mouth area. So the presumption was that the liquid that was found in the mouth may indeed represent gastric contents, although of note there were no food particulate matters found in the mouth area on her autopsy.
Peas, nothing to wash it down with.
Very important. We also discussed briefly last
week.
There are both macroscopic.
Like, I'm sorry, what should you do? Drink the pea juice? Like, no, y'all. Like,
no, there's
what?
No juice. Some dried freaking ass peas.
Like, just, this ain't it. Like, why are y'all doing Kylie Rodney like this? This is like, I'm so thankful for Draw Latina. I'm so thankful for all y'all.
This is the craziest thing ever.
Yeah, you're talking about the audience hall, the Pope. Yeah, he wasn't it. They made a comment, and it was either your live or A4J's live about looking at the Pope's hall. I screenshot it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was your live, Miss G. Pretty sure it was your live that they said that. Oh yeah, it does make sense. And there used to be pictures, similarly eerie feeling vibes to it, that had to do with stuff that went down at the sanctuary at Prosser. Just saying.
Yeah. The fact that crazy girl kept saying Lord of the Flies, I'm like, you just gotta tell me once.
I fully believe that Bohemian Grove exists. I fully believe that the Knights Templar, the Skull and Bones, like there's a huge list of them. There's a website that you can go to. I'll have to drop it as a community post. There's a website that has the list of every single secret society, and it'll blow your fucking mind.
Yep.
That they've been being created since like the 1700s.
Oh, yeah, forever.
There's some that date back to like the 1400s, but yeah, most of them really popped up in like the 17 to 1900s.
How many lodges are in Truckee? Too many. How many? Too many, because I don't want to count no more. How many are by me? Too many. You know, remember when Sam was like talking about that, about Lord of the Flies, though? Remember how she smiled? Why would you smile talking about such a story?
Look, you want me to? I'll tell you a real quick story. I used to, and y'all can judge me all you want. It opened my eyes up to lodges. Okay, so when we moved out here from Las Vegas, my dad was operating a lodge, and we lived above it. And some of the members that would come in there, because we were allowed to go in after midnight. Both of my parents are dead, so you can't come for them. They dead as hell anyway. So you can't come for them, try. But like they used to let us in between the hours of like midnight and 2 o'clock in the morning. We weren't allowed to drink. We weren't allowed to do none of those things. But like we used to chill out with some people that were ringed up, got that little initial, that little logo on it, and we knew who they were. They paid their memberships, and but it was just the type of atmosphere around the gentlemen, because it was all men. It was like 1 or 2 women showed up in like a grouping of 30 to 50 men. It's just very odd, very, very odd when you pay attention to their mannerisms, so to speak.
Get the secret handshakes, wear those little shirts.
A lot of secrets. Yep.
Soldier attitude. Put your hair this way.
Their composure, the way they hold their hands, the way they speak, everything about them is.
Put on your little cap just so. And I'm like, y'all tripping. They all tripping.
All right, let's get back to this autopsy. But yeah, like I've seen my fair share in this lifetime. I grew up very fast. My mind was opened at a very young age to the realities of life. It gave me anxiety through my teens. Once I realized how to handle processing information, it's easy peasy for me to look at things, the truth and the reality that we live in as it is. People can call me a conspiracy theorist all they want, but at least I pay attention to the facts and the files and the documents and the research and the information that's out there. And I can say, aha, but here and here and here and here and here. We always have our receipts when we talk about the things that we do. Otherwise, I ain't talking about it. I know how lawsuits work. I know how lawsuits work. I'm not dumb.
We know lawsuits work. Besides, we want to be wrong. We don't want this to be happening. But yet,
no. And like I said, there's so much sick, corrupt things happening in America. But when it comes to children, it's just something. I don't care if they're not my kids or not. Them are babies. That's supposed to be our futures, And especially when they're wrongful deaths, like what's going on in Lahaina, what went on with Kylie and Trinity and Dante. Sorry that you have a problem with us talking about it. You should probably go get a hobby. I love you, girl.
Meaning you can see it with your eyes. Gross findings. Gross meaning you can see it grossly. And microscopic findings. And in drowning, indeed, histological or tissue can be prepped and looked under the microscope. Particularly, we look at the alveoli, which are the very tiny endpoint little air.
Bitch, I don't know about you, but I love my motherfucking hobbies. You know?
I love my life. I am weird blessed. I'm blessed. This
Look,
is very nice.
Life is hard for all of us, but
That's
I count my
right.
blessings every single fucking day. And this
You know-
woman and you and this chat and what we're doing right now, that's a blessing to me, you know?
This is a blessing. It's like waking
I
up.
look forward to waking up every single day. I'm going to keep
Yep.
going hard into the paint
I'm getting
till the
woke
day I stop
for
breathing.
What's up in the world?
Mhm.
We see you. You think we're dumb? We ain't dumb.
Bet.
We see what you're doing, Truckee. We see.
We on the right side, though, you know?
That's right. We're for justice.
Yep.
Airway sacs at the distant portions of the lung, and if those are looked.
Okay, I'm going to pause her one more time, and I promise I'll shut the fuck up for a couple minutes. She's talking about the areas of your lungs where COVID affects, where the oxygen is brought to your blood cells and stuff. Like, she's talking way deep down in your lungs.
Alveoli?
Mm-hmm.
Alveoli.
I love how people think I'm dumb.
Yeah, it's like...
I do play dumb well, though, sometimes. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey.
Sometimes you gotta play stupid, you know?
It's a good time.
Yep.
Distant portions of the lung, and if those are looked under microscope, there are findings that can be seen with drownings. So that would be another one of the constellation points.
Mm-hmm.
The question back to you is, go look and see, were histologic, microscopic evaluations of the alveoli done and documented on
This wasn't done.
No.
Because in the list that I'm giving you, that is an important point. May or may not find on a victim of drowning.
Bro, I'm feeling like there's at least 10 pages from this autopsy of work they did not. Something, it's either missing or it wasn't done. And if it's missing, it's usually not done.
Yeah, if it's legally binding, if it's not in the paperwork, it wasn't done. Like healthcare wise for HIPAA
and
and
that's
everything.
Whether they did or didn't do it, I think that's why that whiteout's on that whole autopsy anyway. You know, because they don't have the answer to whether they did or didn't because it's null and void anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's not supposed to be on there. That's not a medical document that negates everything.
So if it's null and void, I just want more medical examiners like herself to take a look-see at that. And once we get enough medical examiners that can say, yeah, no, that autopsy is inconclusive, and then investigate why it's inconclusive, you know?
Yeah, the one case can open up all the cases.
And then when you notice the pattern of inconclusive, then you start looking at those medical examiners and those sheriffs and those town folk, and you start making some changes and honoring kids like Kylie Rodney and Trinity. You know, these are why laws need to be upheld, because these people, especially these people, their standard of upholding the law should be a lot higher than an everyday civilian.
Accountability.
Yeah.
Accountability. You do the crime, you're going down. You're going
people
to jail.
out on YouTube. Oh, squirrels on fire needs to be accountable. No, you know the petty shit y'all come about me about is the dumbest shit ever. I got more important things to worry about than petty ass YouTube beefs between channels and people that don't like me.
Yeah,
you know, this shit right here is way more important.
This is adult time, not middle school. Maybe those babies need a babysitter and a pacifier.
Not here. I mean, we'll give you ointment if you need it. But usually we don't even bring that. You gotta go buy that yourself. Sorry, we're poor here.
I'm dead.
We might be poor, but at least we're smart.
Getting smarter.
Yo, I would rather be poor and smart than rich and dumb, you know? But this lady, she got money and she's smart. I could kiss her on her mouth, but she'd probably slap me. So I just give her a hug and pat her on the back. And just kiss her toes a little bit. Because this woman, Look, Draw Latina, this lady, the shit. She the goat, you know?
I like your painting behind her. That's pretty.
Dude, look, when we were talking about the temperature of the water, I was going to make a joke, but I try to not make jokes in serious parts. We couldn't figure out the temperature of the air or the water, but her house is 60 degrees, y'all.
Hey, I like that.
Mhm.
That's just right.
Mhm.
I like that 60 degrees. Not
I
too
said
hot, not
62.
too cold.
Like 62 is good. 62. My brother doing HVAC. My brother was always like 69. I'm like, nah, bro. I don't know how anybody comfortable in 69. Not in winter. Not well. I mean winter, yeah, but still, you could.
Oh,
turn it up
69
a
a
little bit.
little warm, no?
Yep. But not for summertime. I like it a little colder in here.
Yeah, it feels good that way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got neighbors outside.
Mike.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah. We just got neighbors outside doing stuff.
That's right. They can listen to Draw Latina too.
Yeah, they're gonna have to.
All right, let's get it.
All right, let's go. You hear that? There we go.
Yep.
In the alveoli that are particular to folks who may have drowned. The other really interesting finding, and this is also done on, it's actually done on gross examination of bodies of deceased or of the decedent of deceased bodies, is to look again at the mastoid airway in the bone. There are air cells, pockets, and in the middle ear, the petrous. And there are, with not a microscope, but with your naked eye, if evaluated, the mastoid air cells and the petrous in the middle ear can have, and this is about something like 70% or more of drowning victims have in their mastoid air cells and in the petrous, they have hemorrhages.
They don't have that in her
That are a
autopsy.
result of the.
What's that, babe?
That's not in her autopsy, is it?
No, like the only thing that she had a little trace amounts, which could be an infection, it could be from something, is her internal medius, which, I mean, seriously, like water should be in her sinus ways. It should be in her ear canals. It should be, I don't know, in her lungs or mouth at least. Like,
yes,
I don't know.
stomach, etc. Yeah.
Yeah, like
internal meatus is not as deep as what this doctor's talking about. This doctor's talking about deeper.
Yeah, like, or no, vice versa. The internal medius is like on the inner eardrum. Like, okay, so I had an ear infection like 5 years ago that caused a pinhole behind my eardrum. So, like, they call it swimmer's ear, but what it is, like, it's not really a reoccurring infection, but I get liquid, like, if I don't keep my ears clean, I'll get liquid buildup in the internal medius. And it will build up so much in my ears, like it literally feels like if I tilt my head, like I can hear like liquid moving around. So I have to keep my ears clean and dry. I have to put swimmer's ear shit in my ear every single day. I have 2 different drops I have to put in my ears to keep the water from, because when it gets deep in there, it hurts, it aches, it hurts in your jaw and everything. So I don't know if she possibly had an ear infection or some type of infection that would have caused that, you know what I mean? That deep in there. But the fact that she doesn't have it in the ear canal, around the eardrum, or any what she's explaining here is another sure sign that this child did not suffocate on water. She did not drown.
No.
She was deceased before being placed in this water.
Did they look at any like head injuries? I don't think they said anything wrong with the skull, right?
No, and they tried to say that her body was too badly decomposed. That's why they couldn't take vitreous fluid from her eyes. That's why, you know what I mean? Like they didn't examine her to see the bruising on her. That, I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on of how much. I can't with this autopsy. So much I could say about it. I'm trying to let Draw do the talking because she's, you know. But yeah, there's just so much to this autopsy. I'm just going to keep commenting on what she's. Good morning.
Different pressures and the different physiologic processes that happen in drowning. And so that actually, of all the findings, other than the CAT scan finding in the sphenoid sinus that I'm going to talk about, the hemorrhaging in the mastoid air cells and in the petrous, in the middle ear bone, those hemorrhages are extremely common, very common, up to something like 70.
Yeah, she should hemorrhage from the pressure, and that's this is what's none of it's there. There's no indication of an actual drowning, a water drowning.
Oh, there is not that tall.
Drowning victims have those. Unfortunately, on autopsy, probably close to 70% of victims the medical examiner doesn't actually look there. So, but when it is looked at, those folks that have drowned, 70% have those hemorrhaging in the mastoid bone and those air cells that back there, and in the middle ear petrous bone. So that's extremely important. And the question is there commentary on the mastoid bone? Is there commentary on the petrous bone in Kylie's autopsy? We're getting towards the end here. One thing that is very
wasn't
often
done.
found in drowning
Not
victims,
mentioned.
it used
Absolutely.
to be thought, oh, this is pathognomonic, or this is the gotcha thing for drowning, and that is the pink, bright pink, that is noticed in the gum area and the staining of the teeth, bright pink, in drowning victims. But in the recent literature, what has begun to be understood in terms of why do people who drown often have the pink, bright pink gums and the bright pink teeth staining, it's actually not because a physiologic reaction from drowning, but actually it's a lividity. It is lividity. It is blood that is there, and it's a result of positional changes that the head has made during a period of time after
like if you're floating.
Yeah.
Well,
she didn't have that.
She had it, and the gums, and the staining of the teeth. Yep.
She had the pink gums.
Yeah, but that also indication of the way she was possibly strapped or trying to float or whatever's going on in the back hatch that nobody knows.
Immersion that causes
I'm eating a banana.
Bright pink gums and teeth staining. If a person has that, it's thought maybe they drowned, but it's again not a gotcha, eureka, pathognomonic finding of drowning.
Not enough.
Really, I think everything that I've mentioned.
And isn't that all they got, though?
That's
Is that
it.
one thing that doesn't really... It's lividity that happens. I mean, it happened to my mom's gums. It happened to my dad's gums. It happened to my sister's gums. And they sure as shit didn't drown. So, guess it depends on the position you pass away in. It was more prominent in my mom because I'm not going to talk about that. But okay, yeah.
Are the top findings that we look for to make the presumptive diagnosis of accidental drowning. And all of the things that I have mentioned, whether it's foam below the vocal cords, gastric contents, in looking microscopically or even on gross examination of the tracheobronchial tree below the vocal cords, do we see dirt? Do we see silt?
Nope.
Do we even see aspiration of gastric contents that go into the lungs?
Nope.
Below the
no
vocal
water
cords?
either.
It's very important to look at that. And sometimes they can even look at what microbes or bacteria are in the lungs that are growing that would be consistent with, for example, freshwater, lake water that the person has found in. So again, Go back to the autopsy. Is there any commentary in looking at the tracheobronchial trees? Are they patent, meaning totally clear, no foam, no liquid, no gastric contents in the rest?
Look at this point.
Uh-huh.
It's like it's either she didn't drown or it wasn't her.
Well, you know what I think.
But you can't be sure because like they literally took a guess on her autopsy. Like it's fucking crazy to me. Reber.
Like,
How
give me
did
a
Shannon
break.
Moon sign off on this shit?
And how many times has this happened before? Since everyone's like, "Oh, whatever, just fix it."
Yeah,
How many times?
it's an accident, y'all. Some of these are fucking suicides, and you can clearly tell that they're not suicides too. And what's weird is they didn't find Kylie's phone, and with Trinity, she was scared of her phone and left it behind, right?
Scared of her phone.
Yeah.
That didn't sound like a teenager to me.
Yeah, dude. And both of them took massive bong rips.
Massive.
And something bad happened to them. You know, it's fucking weird. Neither one of them had their phones. Or a phone can't be found for Kylie, and Trinity left hers behind, which is odd to me. It's odd as fuck.
It's very odd. Kids are attached to their phones.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't. Look. If you look at Trinity's autopsy, though, it looks like somebody did something to her and dumped her and left her for dead. We'll go over that on Monday. We'll definitely go over that. Because if you look at the police reports where her scent was lost at the end of her driveway, and then she's found in thickets of woods with no wounds on the bottom of her feet, no clothes on the top of her, pants pulled to her knees, her necklace, just like Kylie's, snatched off of her. The fact that her scent was lost, it just sounded like someone picked her up. If you pay attention, it looked like she's sexually assaulted and someone dumped that poor baby. Because where they found her, she should have so many wounds on the bottom of her feet, and she ain't got none. None. Flags. Yep. Okay, let's get back to Kylie. We will definitely do a Trinity special on Monday. Faux show.
Respiratory tree, no particulate matter like dirt, silt, could even be, if it were in the ocean, little pieces of seaweed, etc. So go back and look. If it was totally patent and there's none of the findings that I've just mentioned, that would point away from drowning. Finally, I want to talk about the concept of virtual autopsy. When I say virtual, that is a medical concept that has been coined. The term virtual meaning that it is not in vivo, where the medical examiner is actually hands-on looking either macroscopically grossly at the body or microscopically tissue of the decedent, but rather virtually, and that virtually is done via CAT scan. In drowning victims, yes, generally it is a head-to-toe CAT scan, and they're looking for many different things. But in particular, for a drowning victim, the virtual CAT scan is looking at the sphenoid sinuses, which is the sinus in the nose area. You've got your maxillary, frontal sinuses, maxillary, sphenoid sinuses. Those are the major ones. And the sphenoid sinus, almost pathognomically, by virtual CAT scan. This is like why this virtual CAT scan or virtual autopsy CAT scan is becoming so much more commonplace. You find fluid levels, water, within the sphenoid sinus proper. And really the only way to evaluate for that is by CAT scan. And so my question would be, was a CAT scan done? And if so, what did the sphenoid sinus look like on Kylie? Was there liquid in the sphenoid sinus? Now, a lot of people have commented like, oh, well, these are sort of pie in the sky things like a virtual autopsy with CAT scan. And I would respond by saying, actually, more and more that is being done, and especially in high profile cases, so that there is a variety, or there are a variety of methods of coming to the presumptive diagnosis of drowning. If in anybody's autopsy, the highlights that I've given you tonight have not really been found, then it would be up to the medical examiner to sort of take the diagnosis of presumptive drowning and call it that. Or say, I don't see many of these findings. I think it's indeterminate. I am not going to proffer my opinion on the cause of death in Kylie Rodney. I am here to give everybody a systematic way to approach looking at autopsies from a layman's perspective for you all, and for me as from a medical perspective, as a medical professional with my experiences. I hope that by breaking down the terminology, breaking down the systematic way to read different aspects of autopsy, and to also help you to think of freshwater versus saltwater. These are things that I hope will equip you as a true crime member of the true crime community, and as somebody interested in lifelong learning. I hope you feel more equipped with this, what I deem evidence-informed, evidence-based, data-driven, systematic approach to understanding autopsy and to understanding chain of custody.
Her choice of words is fucking brilliant.
Yeah, specific language.
Like a professional should do.
Indeed.
Chain of command, importance of communication amongst law enforcement agencies, amongst the medical community and agencies, and very importantly, the resultant transparent, open, cogent, and comprehensive communication style
I love
that agencies bring to the table in order to inform the public. Adelante con valentía. Go forward with courage, my friends. And in Italian, we say, avanti con coraggio. Buona notte. Buenas noches. Good night.
Damn. That's what's up. Ooh, don't do it, man. You're gonna yell at me. I don't like it, man. It's so, every time I listen to it, like, I don't have any issues with listening to it over and over and over again. I don't know how anybody can't listen to her and it makes you think. Even if you feel the accident, listen to Draw Latina. Go listen to Barbara Butcher. I would like, and I invite anybody to take what these two women have said to an actual medical doctor, examiner, and have them dispute in their own words against what these women have said, because so far I haven't seen anybody prove them wrong. Not one person. I have never heard anybody dispute Draw Latina, because they can't. Once you hear her, you either stay stuck on the accident narrative, or you start to think and be like, holy shit, this lady really, really points at some really important information. Super important information. Tonight was a really good live. I'm happy we did 3 hours. We hit 3 hour mark. Right now.
Congratulations.
3 hours. That's my cue to get the fuck up off here and get some sleepy sleeps.
All right. Well, sweet dreams, my darling.
We gonna do this again tomorrow, baby. If you want to come around, you know you're more than welcome to always hop up on my panel. We're gonna talk about Maui tomorrow because there's so much about Maui. So much. We'll watch some videos. I'll go through Instagram. We'll do some X. I have a lot of documents we could read as well if y'all are into reading tomorrow. I also have stuff from TikToks. I have stuff from YouTube. I have stuff that there's a lot of Maui too. A lot of Maui.
That sounds really good.
And what really pulls me in is it's the kids. You know, it's the kids. Even if they, at this point, find all the kids, I have a video I'm going to show you all tomorrow. And this dude is a scientist that deals with fires, has done like, it's either 30 or 60 some cases. And like, he points out so many valid things that the fire alone, there's proof in that was not a natural thing.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Something's not right with that Maui fire. And then when you look into the politics and the government and the money in it, it all really starts making sense when you pay attention to their history and their heritage and what's really going on in Maui.
Yeah, that'd be great. I appreciate you doing that.
We'll do it again tomorrow, but it's about the same time, maybe a little bit earlier.
Well, thank you.
I love you all so very much. Thank you for the support. Please make sure you hit the thumbs up. If you want to donate, cool. If not, cool too. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. God bless. Have a great night. Love y'all. Absolutely missed you. God bless everybody. Where are them children? Justice for Kylie.